apologizing, but it's not a very upbeat morning for me, I must confess. Yesterday, we were informed of the unfortunate passing of Agnes Dogbe, the 43-year-old breast cancer patient whose story we brought you last week Thursday. In fact, yesterday we had a very positive update for you when we mentioned that we had raised 60,000 Ghana cedis. I mean, you had raised 60,000 cedis, all of our lovely viewers. And Jay, heartbroken is a very small word. She left behind two boys, a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old, who are now motherless.
The second I saw the story this morning, you came to mind and I said, you know what, well done. Well done.
Well, it seems like very little was done, really, because we tried to save her life. That was the ultimate goal. And we raised money, we prayed, we went to the hospital. We rushed her to the hospital on Monday evening. She said she had a stomachache. And, you know, I felt that, you know, it was regular, but Esinam kept telling me that, you know, Esinam, my producer, lost her mother to cancer. Okay. So she kept telling me that she's not comfortable. She has a bad feeling about it. I tried to brush the thought away, tried to think positive, but unfortunately, it happened. So
but this actually tells us about the number of persons who are also suffering, who probably don't even have any form of support. How do you chance upon this lady again?
We saw an online publication. So her friend spoke to the Crime Check Foundation.
Yes.
And after the Crime Check Foundation, it's a pseudo NGO, which also acts as a news organization. When they did the story, the GhanaReports.com did an online publication. So we saw the publication on the GhanaReports.com, and we went to visit her. And you know, that's how the story started for us. It was last week, Tuesday, that we actually went to her home.
Wow. Well, may her soul rest in perfect peace. Well, today being Friday, on that rather sad note, let's still put some fire in your life this morning. Now, a big conversation about the Ghana Music Rights Organization, that's GAMRO. You know, there's been a lot of issues with regards to how artists are seeking royalty. Well, today we want to get to the heart of it and discuss all the issues affecting the organization and if the artists don't understand how the organization works or vice versa. So
I think it's a very important organization because there seems to be this sort of relationship between the media and the music industry.
Yes.
Where the media sort of holds a gun over the music industry and says, I have the power to make you someone.
Yes.
But if those rights are being paid on the regular, then the music rights the music rights owners also have a certain power.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's important, and it's about time this conversation was had, Jay.
Definitely. What are you doing on BTH?
Well, on BTH, we'll bring you that story of Agnes, tell you and give you the details of the updates, and we have an exclusive peek into a report that talks about the MPP's parliamentary primaries. We are almost there. And so my friend Philip Osei-Bonsu, who hosts Ecoseason, will join us with some exclusive documents which give us insight into who is winning as we stand.
Well, very interesting. So see, we're giving you a spark of hope right here on the morning show. This show is probably brought to you by Vodafone and also brought to you by Fan Milk. I want to say a very big thank you to CV Men's Capsule and to Sir Art Design. Thank you so much for my fashion. I really love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you also to Guaman Infusions, who keep us energized, keep us organically vitalized every single day. And we'll take the daily nuggets now. Daily Nugget actually speaks to the situation I was feeling earlier. Winston Churchill says, if you're going through hell, keep going. If you are going through hell, keep going.
I mean, who thought about it? There's no reason to stop when you're going through hell, right?
No, because the only way to get out of hell is to just keep going. And yes, this morning we may be feeling down, we may be feeling depressed, but look, keep going, it's still going to be a prime morning. Jay.
Well, you've heard his name, Winston Churchill, but he's called Sir Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill. Full name, born 30th of November in the 1874. Is it that lots of these great scholars and, you know, all these great names were born in the in the 19th century, that would be, right?
Yes, that is the 19th century. You have a good argument there, but you see, I'll tell you something about Winston Churchill right after we go through the fun facts that will tell us a bit of his character then.
As well, British politician, army officer, and a writer as well.
The fun fact he was, of course, Prime Minister of England, of the United Kingdom from 1940 to 1945. He led the country to victory in the Second World War, and again from 1951 to 1955. He's very popular for leading England or the United Kingdom during the Second World War. Now, in a 2019 interview, Boris Johnson, who is current Prime Minister, stated that Churchill, quote, saved this country and the whole of Europe from a barbaric, fascist, and racist tyranny, and our debt to him is incalculable. Now, here's one interesting fact about men who were in that era.
Yeah.
A lot of what was seen ordinary and commonplace at the time is frowned upon as racist and as barbaric today. So in the midst of the Black Lives Matter movements that is spreading across Europe and the world, Winston Churchill's statue has been defaced, it's been pulled down in some places. In fact, when the Black Lives Matter movement was going to hold a demonstration in Parliament Square, they erected scaffolding and boarded his statue because they were protecting the statue. This because he said when he was alive that he doesn't like Indians. He thinks they're beastly people and they have a weird religion. Though these may have been very common statements to make at the time,
but not now.
Today,
you touch on it.
You can't speak that way about certain
lives matter, very important.
Lives
I know.
matter.
What's his name? Adolf Hitler gave this man wahala.
Oh yes. You see, that is why he fought against Adolf Hitler's racism, which was against blacks and against Israelis. But I'll make this statement, and the Archbishop Desmond Tutu made a point that any person, any single individual who benefits from a flawed system himself is not the criminal. He's actually a victim of a system that is flawed. It's just that he happened to benefit. The real criminal, the real enemy is the system.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's
very
what the Archbishop, when we're coming out of apartheid. And that's the philosophy they stood on, to build a bridge in South Africa and not go after the white people, but rather go after the system.
Another great man being born in the 21st century, Daniel Dadzi. I like that. Anyway, Ohene Yuri Gift the Answer this morning will also be launching a brand new book. We have all the details coming on the show, so don't go away. But right now, as the man Jamal will say it,
it's all about a shake-up.
Good morning, lovely viewers. We're here again, my team and I. We're here to give you the shake-up. It's all about the shake-up, the morning workout. So you ready? My team are ready. 1, we go 2, good, 3, side, 4, nice one, 5, 6, let's go, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good, very good. Okay, so now let's go. We go 1, let's go, change to the side, 2, we go 3, very good, 4, let's go, 5, 6, very good, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good. Give me 5 more, 1, we go 2, 3, very good, 4, 5, 6, let's go, 6, okay, very good, very good, very good. Now let's go, warm up, let's go, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's go, give me 10 more, go, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now watch. Let's go. Open. We go. Let's go. Go. Keep going. Okay. Start counting. 1, let's go, go. 2, we go. 3, let's go. 4, good. 5, let's go. 6, 7, let's go. 7, go. 8, 9, 10, let's go. Give me 10 more. Go, go, go. 10 more. 1, let's go, go, go. 2, let's go. 3, 4, nice one. 5, 6, go, go, go. 7, let's go, let's go. 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good, very good, very good. 10, now pick it up, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go, face this side, let's go, go. Keep going, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go, go. Give me 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We have 2 more. Let's go, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 6, go. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, last one, let's go. Keep going, don't stop. That's the last one. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Very good. Stretch, stretch. 10 seconds rest. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, change. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right, up, up, up. Okay, let's go. Stretch up. Yeah, let's go. Up. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Take it same way. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, change. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Let's go. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Very good. Let's go. Go. Side. Let's go side. Side. Now we go with the waist. Let's go. 1, 2. We go. 3. We go. 4. Okay. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Okay. Thank you for watching. Catch you same time tomorrow. It's all about a shake-up. Stay safe.
Maybe next time use the hashtag It's All About the Shake Up, and as well add hashtag Prime Morning. That's Jamal giving us fitness every single morning right here on Shake Up. Now let me take a few seconds to sing this song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. But the remix will go like, happy birthday to you. You were born in the zoo.
You smell like a monkey.
You look like one too. Let me say a happy birthday to one of our favorite cameramen here, Razak. It's your birthday today. We're celebrating. You know the after party starts right after the show, right? Yeah. He's sitting on my left-hand side right now.
So Eddie's Pizza, good morning.
Exactly.
Our good friends from Eddie's Pizza. Eddie's Pizza has the best pizza in Accra. You should get Eddie's Pizza. Remember, we are celebrating a birthday on the show today.
Exactly.
So do the
needful. Delivery must come in early, right?
I'd have to add
a few days. I was going to say, wait, hold on. A few days to come, then the bigger one is also coming. Yeah.
Oh, it's my birthday in June.
The queen of the set's birthday is
The
coming
daughter
also.
of Togbi.
The daughter of Togbi's
My
birthday.
father says that a minute above your head, nearer to your grave.
A minute above your head, nearer to your grave. You've been going near to the
So-
grave.
We are celebrating Razak this morning. Razak, happy birthday to you. We are placing that order for Eddie's Pizza and fan milk to get to you.
Can we have about 10
It's,
boxes, please?
Yeah, yeah.
At least it's someone's birthday on the set.
Do
yeah,
the
we know
needful.
that you do the needful every day, but can you do the neatest, please?
The needest there.
Yes.
I like that. Anyway, we're just about to go into our news flash, but what are some of the big stories we're going to look at when we come back?
I'll show you two stories that are contradicting. Don't register. NDC orders supporters to boycott new voter registration. It's on the front page of the Daily Statesman. And on the front page of the final newspaper, NDC abandons plans to stop new voters register. So which is which? We can hear that out.
Conflicting stories. So we come and go look
Well,
at them.
also in front here, the Daily Graphic is stating how human activities is one of the major causes of floods in Accra, and then maybe we'll go into the details, see specifically what it means. However, I'd like to ask you for a date, you know, on the 14th of June. No, it's not my birthday, but we're celebrating Wendy Shea right here on Joy Prime, 14th of June, exactly at 4 p.m. She's going to be performing a live acoustic on TV. You don't want to miss it. Just 4 p.m. Let's have a date. Drink on me. Tune into Joy Prime. And at Father's Day also around the corner. If you don't have anything for your father, at least I'm recommending that you buy CB capsules for him.
To keep him healthy.
Yeah, to keep him healthy, and then you can buy one as well for your mother.
Post-prevention methods.
Yes, because your father can't be healthy, and then your mother would not. So you buy CB Men capsule for your father, and then CB Women capsule for your mother. Now, one thing that I want you to join in is the Masks for All. You know, we launched it 2 days ago, and the response has been amazing so far. Kindly donate as many as you can. If you want to help us, please call 0595851160, 0595851160. So we're collaborating with the AMA and Coalition for Event Planners, and this is together with Joy Prime. We're asking that you help donate masks for the needy, vulnerable. I mean, what's wrong if you can donate more than 1,000? If you can't, please, because then you're saving yourself and also those on the street as well from COVID-19. You don't want to be wearing a mask and then your neighbor is not. It means that we're working to zero, really. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, still, Razak takes the front page of Ghanaian Times when it says happy birthday to Razak. I'm just kidding. Anyway, we'll also look at more trending issues on the Times this morning. Narcotic Control Commission charges at Customs Division. More stories coming up on News Flash. Don't go away.
Let's go into the papers this morning. The final newspaper is where I begin. Road crashes, 909 killed in 5 months. This is a 14.49% drop due to COVID-19 restrictions compared to 2019. Actually, so before the COVID-19 restrictions set in, we actually saw an increase in the number of road accidents compared to the same period in 2019. When the restrictions set in, there was a smaller number of movements. And, you know, Accra is so critical to the entire country that when there were restrictions in movements in Accra and in
It affected
Kumasi,
the entire country.
there were no commercial buses moving from Wa. So as far as Wa, there were no commercial vehicles moving from there. And so that halt in transportation across the country actually made it possible for the road crashes to go down. Yes, yes, and the number has still been going down. There's also this story on the front page, Ghana Beyond Aid Agenda Instrumental to Post-COVID-19 Progress. Yesterday, government held a COVID-19 Ghana Beyond Aid news conference. Well, it was a thought leadership event. It was a virtual forum. And the idea is that one of the planks of Ghana's anti-COVID-19 plan is to boost local capacity So that now that most nations across the world are closing borders, are stopping exports, are looking inward, Ghana can be self-sufficient. And there were some very interesting statements. Archbishop Gabriel Charles Palmer Buckle was there. There was the president of the Association of Ghana Industries, the chief executive officer of the Ghana Exim Bank, and there was the president of the National Union of Ghana Students, Nooks, was there as well. And among a number of other persons. Now, here's one of the stories that seems to contradict. Okay, NDC abandons plan to stop new voters register. The Chronicle newspaper also says NDC beats retreat on voters register. And the Daily Statesman says NDC orders supporters to boycott new voters register. So I'll bring you the one in the Chronicle, pardon me, in the Finder. When the NDC went to court, it's a simple story. When the NDC went to court, the Supreme Court, to stop the EC from compiling a new voters register, they had two reliefs they were seeking. The first one was that they wanted the court to say the EC cannot compile a new voters register at all.
At all, completely.
The second one was that even if they are going to compile a new voters register, they shouldn't exclude the voter ID card as, what you need to register.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court said you have to make up your mind because you can't ask for one and the other at the same time. So
it's either you don't want it or you want it.
So it's either you are saying that they can't compile a new voters register or they can compile but they can't exclude the voter ID card. At that point, the lawyer for the NDC, Eduji Tamaklo, said that he wants to confer with his client. So he wants a few minutes to call his clients, the NDC, for them to decide which of the reliefs they want. But the Supreme Court said no. This is something that they expect a lawyer to know and
that is the reason why you are here.
Exactly. And so Eduji Tamaklo made the choice. And he
on
said
behalf
that,
of the NDC.
On behalf of the NDC. And he said that he's going to drop the first charge, or the first relief, which is stopping the EC from compiling a new voters register.
But that's
really
not
not possible, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which the NDC, and I spoke to members of the NDC, the communications director, the communications officer for the NDC, Sami Jemfi, spoke on Newsnight and Top Story yesterday. He said that they endorsed their lawyer's decision. This is why it's a smart decision. You could say that the EC cannot compile a new register and we'll accept it. But if the EC says, I'm verifying the names on this current register, and an old voter register and an old voter ID card won't count, it's the same thing. But if the EC says that I am going to do a new voter register, but I will accept the old voter ID card, it's what the NDC wants.
Yeah.
So the second relief is the more critical one.
Yeah. I think it was a smart choice.
Yeah, it was. Eduji Tamaklo is a great lawyer. And I wanted to speak to him, but the court has said that the lawyers for the two cases should not speak to the press.
Right.
Yeah, so I called him yesterday. I wanted to speak to him. He said, Charlie, you know what's happening. He watches us on Facebook Live a lot of times. Good morning, Eduji. Thanks for joining us, I know.
Well, so they're waiting on the 23rd of June, right?
Yes, on the 23rd of June is when... Hey, there's another case on the 23rd. Give me a second, MFA.
Sure.
So on the 23rd of June is when the Supreme Court will rule. On the 23rd of June as well, the Supreme Court will rule the judgment on conditional access to broadcast. You know, the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association...
Yeah, had been battling that case with regards to...
What it basically means, if you're watching us, what it basically means is that there's a new law that says if you are watching us on Joy Prime, you can be stopped from watching by government. So it's called conditional access. They'll introduce some technology into your digibox, which will stop you from watching. And that means that a time will come that if you haven't paid your TV license fee,
You'll be cut off.
you'll be away from them.
This issue on TV license fees, I mean, we'll take it on separately. Let's move on.
Okay, so yesterday we talked about floods on the show at Social Watch, and Daniel also spoke to an engineer who was giving us a technical view on some of the causes of a flood. However, now the Daily Graphic has made an observation, building on water causes. Now, human activities cause Accra floods. Now, in spite of the danger flooding poses to human lives and property, some developers continue to engage in acts that could make an already bad situation worse. Now, yesterday during a tour of some areas that have been affected by two-day rain in Accra, particularly Tetegu, Oglogo, and Waja Dam catchment area. So they noticed that some contractors who were constructing, I don't know if it's the dam or some constructions going on, they had left sand in the waterway, yes, which was posing a lot more danger. For me, that's the big one, so that we can get to do a part 2 of the floods in Ghana. Yesterday we spoke to the mayor. He was giving us some sort of a map. Giving us a mapping of the real situation and said that it's quite an upstream one and it requires a whole lot of changes before we can get to solve.
I keep saying that Ghana's biggest problem.
I'm not too sure.
Ghana's biggest problem isn't the law; it's the execution of the law. That's the problem.
And I'll add another thing to it.
We have a lot of laws that are there that are just waiting to work. The people make the laws work.
I'll add one more thing. Ghana's problem is not the plans. The plans that we have planned.
Oh, of course, they are there.
But the implementation, because
execution, exactly.
From the time of former President Mills, God rest his soul, we heard of the over 60 million Conti project, which was supposed to re-engineer the drainage in central Accra and its environs. Now, the Conti project was supposed to be the solution to our flooding situation.
Execution now.
Execution. From way back in 2018, I have been interviewing the Minister for Works and Housing, NADMO, and they all tell me about the Greater Accra Resilience project.
Development project, yeah.
Yes, the Garrett project. The Garrett project is supposed to be powered by $200 million coming from the World Bank. In fact, the last time that I spoke to the Minister for Works and Housing, he said that Parliament has approved the use of the monies. Where is the project?
But
it's supposed
yesterday I asked the mayor.
Fix the problem from the top of the hill here.
I asked him about that project, and then because the last time I heard him talk about it was nearly 7 or 8 months ago. Now, yesterday I wanted an update on that, and he said that, well, I understand that these things go through a tall bureaucratic system and said paperwork.
Even after cabinet approved, the minister told us cabinet has approved.
They relax. The check is being signed. Relax. The money to be dispersed. Calm down.
It's not COVID-19.
You need to understand that we are not in ordinary times. Anyway, let's move on to the Ghanaian Times. Also, now missing illicit drugs. Narcotic Control Commission charges at Customs Division as well. Now, recently there was they impounded some drugs and some cash, that was coming through the Volta region. However, as to where it is now, it's a problem. Anyway, let's move on. Government also invest in e-learning facilities for tertiary institutions on page 12. And like we said, SC2 deliver judgment on June 23rd. Read that story on page 13. Ban on noise making lifted in Accra, also on page 11 of the Ghanaian Times. Back to you.
Daily Statesman is where I go next. Now that we've cleared up the, should I say, the contradiction on the NDC's position on the new voter register, we can understand this better. Don't register. NDC orders supporters to boycott the new voters registration. Osafoma for Ghana meets Ghana Beyond Aid agenda critical after COVID-19. He was one of the speakers at that forum I was telling you about yesterday. Let's safeguard Ghana's future, President urges Vice Chancellors. I'll quickly bring you some details of the NDC statement, because the specific quote of Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, who is chairman of the NDC, who was speaking at the 28th anniversary of the NDC 2 days ago, it will bring us some clarity. He says, "We say no to the new register, and even if Parliament passes the legislation, we will not accept it. We are not just against it, because they will not accept the old voter card, but because the whole atmosphere in the country is not conducive." So it's not just about accepting the old voter ID card, but the whole atmosphere in the country is not conducive. My question then would be, what about limited registration? Because there are over 1 million people who have turned 18 and they don't have voter ID cards. They need them and they can't be disenfranchised. What about these people, Mr. Ofosu-Ampofo?
Well, in front of the BNFT, now yesterday we brought you a story on SNIT and pensioners. There's been this long-standing disagreements between them. However, just so you know, SNIT pays 59 million Ghana cedis past credit to pensioners, and this is on page 3 of the BNFT. Also, port challenges police lock up COVID-19 drugs. Now, drugs are at risk of expiration before clearance, and prices could also go up. This is why the president of the Pharmaceutical Association is asking that government look into what's happening at the port. For me, the big one for me today is that SNIT is trying to resolve the disagreements between them and pensioners. Not all of them have received, but they started payments yesterday, and that's good to know.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, look, let me just combine this one. Daily Guide and the Ghanaian Observer all sharing similar stories here as well. So NDC runs away from old register and NDC makes U-turn. I think these are the main stories trending here as well. NDC's apostle tests positive for tramadol and weed. Well,
the pastor.
The pastor, yeah. It's also, he's trending. And Vice Chancellors also engage Nana. All this and more in the Daily Guide. You can grab a copy for yourself. It's a wrap for me.
My last paper is the Chronicle newspaper. Narco customs fight over cocaine. Police now going to test drugs and $200,000 to be paid into government's chest. I've told you about the NDC beating the retreat on the voters register already. I'm now prepared to help. President tells Adachi's top left corner there, George Floyd in Ghana Parliament.
Right, so later on the show today, Ohenio Gifty Auntie would release officially her book right here, 50 Nuggets at 50. I've read the book and it's so amazing. First time I've heard Gifty Auntie using Charlie and LOL. You just cannot wait to have this conversation with her. You don't want to miss the show today. It's going to be fun.
Well, let's take a quick break, relax, chill. Let's enjoy some fan milk. When we come back, we have business with Ishirado.
Say a Casaluna was a wonko, now so would shrinkwa. Some aquacosia, CB herbal soap. No, Jamina.
190 a pie and nasa ayede nsua for CB herbal soap so 190 any 19 room Germany ni 10 minutes and sana with the ebo and nasa kanketwa a revre efini nyina kama shenon so say yem fansra ye nan ho ene ye honam CB herbal soap eyi e 90 ma pro efi ene enkaboni
Mido okay yo CB herbal soap e je tumankasa from now Suziana Ghana mani mema damase
FD ahwehwe saa ejedi enkrato yi mu agye atomu se With schools temporarily closed and students staying home, teachers at North Hills International School, the most preferred private school in Ghana, award recipients in 2018, continued to have constant interactive classes with our pupils while simulating classroom experience online. At North Hills International School, we adapt to change and we go the extra mile to make sure any investment made in your ward's education yields the best results. We admit students from preschool to junior high school. Our arms are open to welcoming your ward into our wonderful community. Call us today and let your child start a promising journey of global excellence with us. North Hills International School, climbing academic excellence.
All right, so welcome back. You're still watching Prime Morning. Now time for us to do what's trending. The major stories trending across our digital platforms is what we're going to be looking at this morning. My name is Jay. And real quickly, so Sir Art has got an amazing deal for you. So you're loving this kaftan? All you have to do is call this number, 0244 199 257. 0244 199 257. Call him and just say, Jay, or Jay Foley, and guess what? Yeah, he just get you something really cool like this one for just 200 Ghana cedis, or just a top for 100 Ghana cedis. A lovely full kaftan for 200. It's a deal you can't miss. Or just follow him on social media, SirArt_GH. SirArt_GH on Instagram. All right, SirArt_GH on Instagram, and you can DM him. He'll sort you out. And also big shouts going out to our our photographer as well. Stay focused GH_official. He lost his account, so he's switched to a new account, so be careful who you're dealing with on social media as well. All right, let's move on with that out of the way. So our very first stories we've already discussed heavily on our news flash. So the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has withdrawn its request asking the Supreme Court to rule that the Electoral Commission does not have the power to compile a new voters register. Now, it has, however, opted to pursue the exclusion of the voter's ID card as proof of identity. So now this comes after the court asked the party to make a choice on which of its reliefs it wants to pursue. Well, on our next story, quite sad, and as we mentioned in our introduction with Daniel, so 7 days after Joy News raised over 60,000 Ghana cedis to cater for the breast cancer treatment for Agnes Dogbe, well, she has passed away. May her soul rest in perfect peace. Now, she was battling the disease that left one of her breasts rotten. Now, she leaves behind 2 children aged 9 and 10. Let's remember her.
Who has been trapped by poverty and imprisoned by disease.
Ontumi nyɛ hwee sɔle akura no mamba ha mbɛpagya anaasɛ fiewura na mbɛpagya na mame a na kyɛ sɛ sɛbi o ɔsɛ ɔkɔgya na ya ɔsɛ ɔgya gu no ho
bɛfrɛ ne di nyaba na ɔmfa wofrɛ bɛma na ɔmfa afei deɛ ne sisa no ka kyerɛ me sɛ ɔni sika biara hɔ no mu a ɔbɛtumi de aboa ne nua no.
Famia also brings us good news. Well, you know the artist, the musician who broke the internet last year, right? Famia. Anyway, so he has welcomed the bouncy baby girl now into his family. And he shared a picture of himself and his daughter on Instagram account to announce the good news to his followers, with other celebrities congratulating him on the same platform. Now, I hate to bring this back because it's not supposed to be something we should be talking about. But however, one person, one man, one honorable MP has raised major concerns and allegations against this pastor, Nigel Jesse. Now, do you remember him on the death of Ebony? This is quite controversial. So, Kennedy Ejapong has alleged that the prophet Nigel Jesse has a hand in the death of Ebony. Now, he claimed that the prophet Nigel plotted Ebony's death and stated that he had evidence to back his claim. So if you thought Black Lives Matter was just a protest, well, guess what? It's just gotten itself onto Netflix. So Netflix has added BLM as one of its content genres on the streaming service. Now, the company put the category under genre tab, which has a total of 24 different ways of sorting movies and TV shows. Now, the genre will appear on the service globally as well. Very interesting, I must say. All right, so real quickly now, let's jump onto our trends on Twitter and find out the big stories that are also trending real quickly. Let me jump on my screen now. My very first story is PlayStation 5, okay? So if you love video games, I know we've been talking about video games on Bits and Bytes. We'll extend that conversation later on in the coming weeks. But now, so there's PS2, PS3, PS4, and now there's PS5, and it's got some people talking. So if you love video games, you should see the sleek PS5. Let's find out what people are saying about it. Now, quite interestingly, our sentiments is giving us more neutral comments than even positive. I was expecting to have a more positive comments in there. You can see about 73.33% of our comments in there reading neutral. As in, is it good? Or is it bad? I'm sure comparisons are being made, but let's find out what people are saying real quickly. So, well, an official tweet from PS Twitter handle says, your first look at PlayStation 5. Now you can see that image on there. It is just absolutely beautiful. Like a twin tower over there. You should see it. Okay, let's move on. So let's see what other video game handles are also saying. This one also retweeted and said, follow CAG. Well, okay, retweet for a chance to win a PS5. But there it is. Look at that picture of the PS5. It is so sleek. And I think video gaming has gone beyond, on an extra level. Scroll down a bit more. We find out what people are saying. Okay, another tweet from PlayStation's official Twitter handle says, Alloy returns in Horizon Forbidden West. All right, no, let's move on. Not relevant to us. Game Taser says, Godfall gameplay review trailer. Check it out on PS5. And the video games that are going to come on PS5 will just be impressive. Okay, let's move on to other tweets and other trends on Twitter real quickly. Our next one is a La Liga. So it started off as well. The little sports I can give you, it started off as well, and they got people talking about it. Let's find out what some sentiments coming in real quickly. Scrolling down about the La Liga. Let's see if we have any tweets. Okay, so more football handles on Twitter sharing a few comments. This one just shares a video. We can't play that for you now. Let's scroll down a bit more. Let's find out what people are saying. Still about the La Liga. Sports F or Sporf, I beg your pardon, shared a photo of Ronaldo in there from Real Madrid joining United and all. Anyway, more details on sports when we bring that your way. You can see that for yourself. So let's go down and see if we can pick something. Well, Sky Sports also sharing something. La Liga returns tonight as Sevilla face Betis in the Seville derby. Who will be crowned champions in this season? Let me say that for the sports team to make that happen. So anyway, yes, La Liga is also trending. Let's move on to our next trends real quickly. So R2Bs now coming back home. So now there's a whole comparison on the biggest Niger-Ghana collaboration, and they're saying that is the R2Bs collaboration with Wizkid, Slow Down, and the question is that Ghana's biggest collaboration ever with Nigeria? Well, you can throw back to Nigeria, to Tic Tac and Tony Tetula as well. That's another big collaboration. But let's find out what people are saying. And impressively, we don't have any negative comments. A lot of positive comments coming in. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what people are saying on R2Bs as a trend on Twitter real quickly. Abiola says R2Bs featuring Wizkid Slow Down, the biggest Niger collaboration song ever. You can see the triple treat in the picture over there. Let's scroll down. So that's Payday, that's Wizkid, that's Paul, what's his name again? I forgot the last guy's name. Mugis, yes, Mugis, thank you very much. Let's keep scrolling down, let's find out what people are saying. So Midi says R2B's feature One Nicole is definitely a bigger collaboration, hands down the biggest Niger-Ghana collaboration. What do you think? I'd love to hear that from you as well. Let's go down. This one says R2B's, well, the same picture of the trio. Let's still go down. Crown Star says whatever glue keeping these two bees together is supernatural. I love that. I know, well, R2Bs, well, it's said that they've grown together, they're brothers, they've grown together, so of course, one of those groups that would never split, let me say that. Well, Nasir Imani also sharing the picture there, same photo, and I think we've got a lot of retweets on this picture, as you can see for us, so more scrolls. All right, hold on here. Prince says, time to settle this. Which is the best R2B's Nigeria collaboration? Is it the Wizkid? Or is it the One Nicole one? And I think you can also tell me the answer and share your opinions right here on our social media. Don't forget to use the hashtag #PrimeMorning when you share your opinion. We'd love to hear from you. All right, is that a wrap on our trends this morning? I think so, yes. All right. So coming up next, Ishra takes us into the world of business. There's more to talk about, and after that, well, beyond the headlines, as well as launch of Ohenire Gifty Auntie's brand new book, and then we'll take a critical look at the issues regarding musicians and the Ghana Music Rights Organization, GAMRO. All this and more. Stay tuned. Ishra, good morning. How are you doing?
Well, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday!
Take it easy.
Well, it's not because I don't want to spend time with our audience, but it's just because, you know, we get a couple of days to rest and come back fresher the following Monday with more business stories.
Okay.
But the story about our two Bs is I think they both grew up in the same house in Tema, Community 1, Site 15 to be precise. I've watched those two grow up. They're very close friends with my younger cousins, and I don't think that, I mean, they've gone through all their lives sorting out arguments, issues, and so I don't see how they'll ever split. I think that this is one of those groups that would just be, they'll be old and grey and still be.
A couple of years ago, we took off together from Ghana to New York. We're going for the BET Awards. These guys get to New York and they're like, Charlie, forget that. They start chilling with what's his name? One of their artist friends, AMG business.
Medical?
No, not medical. The boss.
Oh,
Chris Waddle.
Chris Waddle.
And they go chill heavily in New York before they fly late to the BET Awards. I'm like, yeah, they rule their own world. Anyway, more business coming up with Inshira. Don't go away.
All our emergency doctors, you never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of the Gucci, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really, really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Akbenami. That's all we can say.
You're welcome back. This is Talking Business, and I'm Inshira Addo, and it's always great to be in your company. Now, I've just got two stories for you today. Now, players in the Ghana poultry value chain are to expect the needed capacity boost they require because the Agricultural Development Bank has disbursed 23 million cedis to 6 beneficiaries in the Bono region, and this is to support the value chain to ensure that we're getting the right feed, we're getting the right day-old chicks, the support that they need to ensure that they're producing and raising that 5% or less of production capacity in this country to replace the 95 that we have to import. And there's more in the following report.
At the ADB Poultry Value Chain Stakeholders Meeting, Managing Director for ADB, John Kofi Mensah, said now is the time for more investments to be made in the poultry value chain.
This model is the first of its kind, and it has been possible through the instrumentality of MOFA and GESA Executive Director in particular.
President of the Poultry Farmers Association of Ghana, Victor Oponeje, believes the intervention by ADB will be a game changer for the poultry industry. He tells Joy Business poultry farmers are keen on increasing capacity to meet local demand.
Once they are investing so much in it, I think it's a good initiative, and we will take opportunity to produce to fill the gap or what the Ghanaians need, because we know there has been a lot of imports in the country, and this will be a beginner to reduce the imports so that we can produce locally. We need to resource them so that they can bring in the breeders, the broiler breeders, to get the day-old chicks for the project.
The 23 million cedi facility was presented through a dummy check to 6 beneficiaries from the Bono region with a refinancing plan of less than 10% interest. ADB plans to replicate this intervention across other regional capitals.
And that is a worthwhile intervention because, as you know, one of the biggest challenges for businesses in Ghana has been the access to finance, number one, and also the high cost of interest during the repayment. Moving away from food, as the fight against COVID-19 pandemic continues, there has been a marked surge in the use of digital platforms and tools to ensure that business continuity in Ghana is not completely disrupted. Now, the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications, GIFEC, is opening community ICT labs to ensure that within our communities there is a place we can go to ensure that we're able to connect digitally and do business and keep the economy going. Society has more in the following report.
The emergence of online services and business operations are becoming the trend in the country. Many communities still lack access to internet and digital infrastructure to promote their use. The project by the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communication is to ensure that all existing ICT centers in the country become functional as well as establishing new ones. Minister for Communications Esla Owusu-Ekufo believes that this will help to promote businesses online and bridge the digital gap.
For whatever it is, and we're going to move to the era when you can decide whether you want to either work online or offline. And now it has become imperative with all these physical distancing protocols that are being put in place to be able to put up the infrastructure, the digital infrastructure, which will enable our citizens to engage, live and thrive in the post-COVID world. It's important, and that is why we're actively reactivating all these centers, equipping them, providing some where none exist, and working to provide the backbone infrastructure which will power all these systems.
Municipal Chief Executive for Gan West, Clement Wilkinson, is confident that the initiative will help the communities access many government initiatives online.
This is a fantastic approach. ICT is a way of, getting to the world. We have this type of ICT center 3 in the municipality. Where we are now is here, and Kwashikuma, then the municipal assembly itself. We have 1 day, so that makes 3, and we are going to use it. I know when you come to this area, people thought it's a village, but let me tell you for the facts. They are already using it.
The communities benefiting from the initiative include Manhiam.
And that will be all for business. Well, the most important thing I have discovered in this period is that technology is going to become a big leveler. It's going to become one of the biggest things we're going to ride on, and if we're going to take advantage of that, you and I need to be more clued up on how to use it. So this is a worthwhile intervention, and I'm hoping that you'll find your own ICT lab in your community and make use of it.
Why is it that you people like using these things? Disruptor, leveler, enabler, contributor?
Because that's exactly what they are. You know, look, I'll tell you something interesting. There was a period that for the last 2 years, I've been doing voiceovers for a particular client. I don't know what the guy looks like.
No, I'm not talking about, you see, I'm not talking about what it actually is.
Tell me that's not,
that you are using.
Is that not an enabler?
Enabler. It's like when the IMF came to Ghana first, they won't say economics, they'll say econometrics.
Yes.
They won't say models, they'll say modality.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie, did you read Noel Rubini when he said that economists are guilty of making economics too complicated so the common one can't understand?
Well, that's the essence of being an economist. Make it complicated so you sit on your perch all the time.
In 10 years, we'll write the same thing about IT gurus. Thank you so much, Ishra.
Goodness. This shade is for Spike, not for me.
But great
Well, it's time for Beyond the Headlines. And anything interesting coming up?
Yes. First of all, we are taking a look back at that story we brought last week, Agnes, who unfortunately has passed away. Very sad story. And also, we are looking into the crystal ball. On the road to the NPP primaries, we have come across some information which suggests who may or may not be in the lead.
Hey. Okay. Everyone akasa.
We're shaking tables this morning.
Over to you.
Thank you very much, Israel. Stay with us. It's time for Beyond the Headlines. I'm at Weja Old Barrier here in Accra. I've come to see someone who has been trapped by poverty and imprisoned by disease. A 43-year-old mother of two who has been suffering from breast cancer for over a year. Can't breathe. Agnes, good morning.
Sorry. Here we are. Are you safe for the how many months? For some of the same.
Abrobosomi.
For more than.
Abrobosomi.
Abrobosomi.
Abrafe. Ninibuafo. Disappoint me. Papa cried rejecting me.
Where then are we trying to
Oh, dear mommy. Many simple. At this, he called the mommy name of Francis. You saw an opa area and you may. 15 cities. Satan, you not there no woman. 15 cities in Mbuame. Traffic. We got pure water. We go to pure water now. Bene ya na ye kese. Onka same. Na me say wo wonche ya wonka same hu. Ebia. Obi bebu amekra, obeka se. Wo ntinipa ni mfini. Ina me free ho na me ba. Me betia 1 year pay. Me chia 1 year pay. Na ano so krasta na menya obi a obeye me we. I'm so tia na eti. Because first na me sorry nanti. This time sorry anymore your dear mommy. Obi ani ha krana. My friend, you know, Papa saw me her. Not a penny saw me when I get to an assomensa. She met me at Tennessee. And so, by a private commodia. Omodana Jua and that for moment.
Oh, Madame Fu. Menene. On sitting baby, Miss Meeting baby. But I say, your fire who say, in your room. It's maybe a chumuna, many better than I said, be your own so. It's a better than one. I said, 4 to 5 months, me 10 income. And I may yana to say, me ba, a beshen. Already, I didn't know. Me di kan hu ahyase no ana enim se be ya de bia e ba be yesi ti ade no be ya ni se no asami hu no be 2 to 3 5 months no me ba ha and I'm the home. In fact, dano na arawakam. And I'm who send nipa ye mobile pa. Because we are soon nim udabria edi. Timi be home na dano kra de obedi no oni bi. Ti ho na me jai skakakra etu no ho. So ndi on fanya yi. Ba se na me si ho ade no ekro ne esone nsuo no me koye mentumi anda. Na o send ntempam a o say ade chia me saba. Ti ade chia me baye. Eni me ene a me wo mu. Ti da bia da wo say me behwe no. Da bia da wo say me behwe no se na ne ho sitie. Ti ne dua ne die mu ne sam na edi besi ne nyoma na kane no ono atumi ye kakrakra se opusa nyoma no ba se si ade ajinsem ontumi nye hwe sole kura no mamba ha mbe pejana ana se fiewura na mbe pejana mame a na che se bi o so okoja na ya o se o ja gu ne ho ana se o so junso a o se o ye gu ne ho
so say abra actually then started
it's that time no me ton pure water meeting te bia many brace bepe bibi ama me ne kwala ne di tina ma dwene me fo le so me de ba me so na me lo fo kesi sa ne koye e ka se me hu ya na me dada oba tan pese me ko pe dia me ne me ma bedi isoria no pana me de o mo ko school ma ko ton ade o mo ta mo so na ma pon o ma ye duane ma ko fa o de bia sa
it's what you say Bano na wo ko hospital
ade dia bi ni bedi eno mo so na me bo ano a de tia mo fran school fees eja opa no tia what is school government school aho so we chire te biaje kola ni twaka kwa nsu ka boni pada ena ubinti na no be kola me potose no mo ko preparatory school no mo ko preparatory school school fees bi be try no the time the baby ba ko pe na metua aka ba ko te bia carry forward because school fees here. The body se kola ni school sesia. Se ma manage wo. So won je wo. Ni wan je won so a. Mana dace. In COVID da. Sempre se me mane do baby mami. Ono so bituni de ye bibi. Ame wi ase. Me mane da chi o. Microphone be so mi mu. Amuna na mo bo mi mami ko kolebu ni.
The friend Pastor Obriaboa.
Pastor Obriaboa, chemeni. Nti mami wisha.
Pacho.
We dey no.
Me pacho me preach wo SCC Junction. Na mo honom na Madam BFR no Davy. Baka chem say ni sister yare. Ti me bon paye man. Ti ni to na mo bai. Ti be hwe yare no. Na I was a bonfire man, a bonfire man, you home, I said, when I'm so dear. I was in the hospital. But now, my man, in the situation now, on this car, and because we come here quite a fast, you beat me up one ama, but in the Aqua Hospital. So then, pie bomb pie bar, bear 3 months. And now, Mishia Nikon. Now, I'm going to name catch him say, or a waffle boy from a clam check. To move from Mona, you was a bit much to you more. To Ukraine, accompanying me, Fro almost no, or poor muti, and almost summa above from my buy. John Buy, no, Major from the boy, John Boy, no, now a vision of 4 crowns, no. You should be or my men or yard in a vision for me, who will be a. To the choir and say, Jane, the numbers on finding your numbers, mamma. To the friend in your answer, in your nominal, and there, Beba, next you came Beba. Ti one bear find 3 days. I wish I say on Beba Saturday of 3 weeks ago.
This heartening story that we brought you last Thursday. It's been 6 days of hope. Discovering that sense of community that binds us all as humans across the world. So many of you reached out to us, were kind, helped us. But unfortunately, Agnes Dogbe passed yesterday, and she left behind 2 sons you saw there in the video. They're 10 years old and 11 years old. And I'm now being joined in studio by my brother and host of EcoC saying Philip Osei Bonsu. Philip is here to discuss with us some exclusive details we have on the MPP parliamentary primaries. Philip, welcome.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah, but before we go into the details of what you came to do, at this story, we wanted to see Agnes alive, but unfortunately she passed. A sad one.
Yeah, sad. I think kudos to the team, for bringing this up. I'm told you went to take him to the hospital, to take her to the hospital.
Oh, yes. Okay. We rushed her on Monday. She was complaining of a stomach pain, and I think she fell unconscious on Tuesday. She never came out. It was just in that state until Thursday, sometime close to the afternoon. That's when I found out that she had unfortunately passed. Unfortunately, we put out the story online that we have raised 60,000 CDs in 6 days, a few hours before. In fact, it could be minutes before I found out that she had passed. It was really terrible.
I don't know if the family would come up now that she's dead. I heard in the initial story that she was abandoned by the family.
You can still say she is, because yesterday we were looking for someone to sign a death certificate. We called a number of her siblings who did not answer or did not come. Eventually, one woman came saying she was her sister, revealed that she has 5 siblings, all living here in Accra. Even she was reluctant to sign the death certificate. In fact, as of the time I was leaving, she had not signed it. And she did not even go and see the body.
Yeah, and what happens to her kids now? How many kids?
That's the thing. The kids are 2, a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old. And that's a big question we have. We have been asking viewers and we have been appealing to viewers that the monies that were donated, they should allow us to give to the children.
Absolutely.
But they need a place to live.
Absolutely.
Exactly. They need a place to live.
And who to take care of them.
Who to take care of them. At the moment, they were with a caregiver on a temporary basis, knowing that their mother is in the hospital, a friend of the mother. But we don't know what the person's permanent plans will be. So we still need
Terrible
to...
Story.
But we are trying to...
Back to the point that we need a solid social welfare system in our country. So if we had a working social welfare system, this should not be a problem. But it is a problem because our social welfare system is broken down. So we might have to spend a bit more time talking extensively about that and make sure that we have a really working social welfare system. And that notwithstanding, I think the social welfare would still have to come to the aid of the kids. There is no doubt about that. So let's push from that angle and let's see what comes up.
Thank you so much, Philip, adding these kind words and, of course, this perspective to the conversation. Let's now move to the meat of today's conversation, really. Philip has come across some information which suggests, so this is polling which goes into analysis of who who is in the lead, sort of an opinion poll when it comes to the NPP's primaries. For those who don't know, the NPP on the 20th of June will be selecting who represents them in Parliament. This is about 168 different constituencies where sitting MPs exist, where the MPs are in the NPP, and so they are being challenged. 65 of them, of course, are going unopposed.
Yes, 65 going unopposed. And you know, Ayawaso West Wogon, the NP was cleared to go. So she would not be going through any form of context. So you can say Ayawaso West Wogon is exempted out of the 167 you mentioned. So we would have, you know, real primaries going on in around 166 constituencies around Ghana. Of course, 65 will be going on opposed, so we would have what we call acclamation there, and the rest would see serious contest. What we came across was a poll conducted by the National Security. And you know, in such elections, the National Security takes keen interest, and they conduct some of these polls based on intelligence. You know, they pick from the constituencies. If you go through the detailed report, you have 3 different colors. So we have green, yellow and green, and yellow. So a candidate with green attached to your name means you are the leading candidate in the constituency. If you have yellow and green attached to your name, it means a close contest, but the candidate with extra yellow has a superior advantage of winning. If you have just yellow attached to your name, it tells you it's a very close contest.
So they can't tell who is in the lead.
They can't tell who is in the lead. So, but let me also add this caveat, that this does not mean that the results cannot change in the respective constituency. So it depends on the work you put in the last 8 days. You know, so this is the opinion, as it were, of the National Security based on intelligence they've gathered. But depending on how you work your way, you know, in the last 8 days, you can turn around this result. Of course, I mean, if it's out now, it gives you some level of confidence if it's going well for you, and if you are down as far as this result is concerned, what it tells you is that you have to work hard to overturn the result as put out by the National Security. So if I should take you through.
So which region are we going to start with?
Yeah, we'll do the Western North region, we'll do the Western region, we'll do a bit of Greater Accra, we'll do Ahafo region, we'll do Central region as well. Mind you, there are some very interesting constituencies going into this election. So you find that all eyes are on the New Joabin South constituency
in the Eastern region.
In the Eastern region, where we have a tie between the Executive Secretary of the National Free Zones Authority, Michael Osrobefi, and the Chairman of the Finance Committee of Ghana's Parliament. So here's Marco Sei Esibe. That's a very interesting constituency, one to watch. The Dome Kwabenya constituency is also interesting. So Adwoa Safo Sarah, who is Deputy Majority Leader in Parliament.
And Minister in charge of procurement.
And then Ghana's High Commissioner to India.
Michael Kwe Jr., the son of the Speaker of Parliament. Very interesting. So the interesting one there is that Michael Kwe Sr., that's Reverend Professor, was MP for Dome Kwabenya.
He was also High Commissioner to India.
So his son is trying to do it in reverse. High Commissioner, then MP.
Yeah, but of course his son is Mike Okwe Jr.
Yes. Gabo.
So following in the steps of his father. So yes, Dome Kwabenya is also another very interesting constituency. There are others, of course. If I go through the list, you know, if you look at constituencies where youthful guys would want to go and take over from experienced members of parliament. So you look at Asante Achem Central, you know, where we have a certain member of parliament in the person of, let me get the name well for you. That's in the Ashanti region. You know, that's where a lot of the action will be happening.
Yes, because a lot of the safe seats for the NPP are in the Ashanti region. And so in the Ashanti region, a win in the primary is tantamount to a win in the election. The NDC has only 1 seat there. Our very good friend, Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak, who is...
So you look at Asante Achem Central, and then we have Kwame Enyimedu Entry, who is the sitting MP. And he is being contested by Kofi Ofosu-Nkansah, who is the MD of the Accra Digital Center.
Yes. I heard your interview with Kofi Ofosu-Nkansah.
Yes.
And I met him at the Digital Center.
So we have another constituency, Asante Akem South, where we have Bias Osaekofor, Obo contesting in there. The sitting MP is also on there contesting. Another very interesting constituency to watch. We also
Isn't that where Agogo is? Major retired Derek Odro?
No. Derek Odro is in the Bono region. He's in the
pardon me.
So Asante Akem South, and then we have Asante Akem North. Asante Akem North, the sitting MP being Andy Kwame Apiakobi. And then he is being contested by a former MP of the constituency, Honorable Kojo Bajaman, who is currently board chair of the National Sports Authority.
Okay.
The National Sports
Then I'm more interested. There's also Bantama. Daniel Ochema Boaje
and Asenso Boache. That's more like
you know the interesting thing about Bantama.
Yeah.
So back in 2012, the Honorable
Kokofu, yes,
came into the seat for the first time.
Yes.
Then in 2016, he was there for only one term. Daniel Ochema Boaje came in. Now Francis Asenso Boache, who is the deputy chief of staff, he's trying to create an evaluator situation. You remember evaluator?
Yeah, I remember evaluator.
Where Catherine Afeku came for one term. Kojoama came
and then Catherine came back.
And Catherine came back. You never hold the seats for more than Jomoro as well in the Western region.
You
never hold the seats for more than one term.
Yeah. So these are some of the very interesting constituencies. But if I should take you through the list, and maybe we begin from the Western North region. In the Western North region, there are 3 constituencies with sitting MPs on the ticket of the NPP. So we have Sehuyoso, where Honorable Kweku Efriye won for the first time in 2016.
Yeah, interesting thing I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Sehuyoso has never fallen to the MPP before since 1992.
Absolutely.
Second thing, John Mahama won presidential.
In Sehuyoso. Even with Kweku Efriye winning the parliamentary. Yeah, so it
and the sitting MP then was Western Regional Minister. You remember him, Paul Evans Edu? The campaign they waged was that Paul Evans Edu is against the creation of a Western North region.
Absolutely.
And that is one of the things that worked against him. Anyway, my control director, Sam Okuto, has reminded me that Adenta also swings every 4 years.
Adenta is also very interesting.
Yes.
We'll get there. I mean, I'll tell you who the national security thinks is in the lead. I'll tell you
So
that.
let's go to Western North.
Western North, as I said, Sehuyo also has Kweku Efriye going unopposed. And then you move to Bibiani and Nyasobekwa. You know Bibiani and Nyasobekwa has a history. In the Western North region, I mean, historically, that has been an NDC stronghold, true and true. Apart from Bibiani and Nyasobekwa. So the NPP only won the Bibiani and Nyasobekwa constituency. The sitting MP is, coincidentally, the regional minister for the newly created Western North region.
He was former deputy health minister.
Absolutely. And he's being keenly contested by former BOST MD.
Alfred Obeng
Boating. And then there is another person called Christopher Ade. According to the national security.
And the sitting MP is Kingsley Abuaji.
Great. According to the national security, this is a 2-horse race between Alfred Obeng Boating and Kingsley Abuaji.
Okay.
So they both have the color yellow by their names.
Okay.
So it means it's a keenly contested race. Very, very close to call. So that's for Bibiani and Nyasobekwa. Let's move to the Western region. Of course, we both have interest in the Western region because that's where we've lived all our lives. So Prestia Hune Valley, Barbara Otinje is going unopposed.
Okay.
Shama,
your
friend Atopamford.
My friend Atopamford.
So Atopamford is again being contested by his old nemesis, Samuel Erickson Abaka.
Oh, okay. The lawyer.
Lawyer
Abaka. Those two have been going at it for years. And I'll tell you an interesting thing. So Atopamford is an industrialist. He was former vice president of the AGI. Western Region president of the AGI. He moved to Parliament. He became the chairman of the Trade and Industry
Committee in Parliament.
Okay.
Yeah.
A number of people have been asking questions as to why it ended there as chairman. Of course, there's a lot of but I feel that Ato Pamford's record in Shama should hinge on industrialization of Shama. Which has not come the way it was expected.
Of course.
So I mean, he's my friend, but and I've done interviews with him when he brought in investors, but the fruition of it is where the challenge will be.
Interestingly, the national security thinks he is in the lead, so he has the color green by his name. So he is the leading candidate in there. We move to Amenfi East. Amenfi East has its constituency capital being Wasai Kropong.
Oh, yes.
That's Amenfi East. Good. So the sitting MP is called Patrick Bojakon Siem. He's the sitting MP. And he's being contested by Edward Amo Akwa.
Okay.
The national security thinks the sitting MP is in the lead.
The sitting MP is in the lead.
So he has green attached to his name. We move to Kwesimintim.
Kwesimintim. That's where I live in Takrady.
Kwesimintim constituency. The sitting MP is Joe Mensah, Joseph Mensah, and he is being contested by Prince Hamidu Ama,
the executive secretary for the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment.
Of NACA.
And what are the gods saying?
He is a first timer. Prince Hamidu Ama is a first timer. The national security thinks Prince Hamidu Ama is in the lead.
Interesting.
So Prince Hamidu Ama has the color green attached to his name.
Interesting.
In the Kwesimintim.
For the sake of time, let's do Takrady.
Okay.
And then we move to the Greater Accra region.
No problem. So Takrady also between Janet Edna Nyame and Kwabena Ochredako Mensah.
Sitting regional minister.
And the regional minister as well. So Kwabena Ochredako Mensah has two colors attached to his name, yellow and green. And you know what that means?
What does that mean?
It means it's keenly, because Edna Nyame also has the color yellow attached to her name. Keenly contested race, but Kwabena Ochredako Mensah has a slight edge.
No, those are also old fools.
Absolutely.
They went in 2008 when Kwabena Ochredako was going to Parliament. And someone called me yesterday when after I displayed that Jane and Nyame will be on the show, and said that I see Kobe wearing the masquerade uniform in Christmas. He's still very strong. But you know what? Let's move straight to the Greater Accra.
But before we come to Greater Accra, one Efia constituency is also
another very keenly contested
Deputy
race.
Energy Minister Joseph Kujo is assistant MP, being contested by Adwoa Kwejiriba, lecturer at the Takoradi Technical University. Interestingly, according to the national security, Adwoa Kwejiriba has the colors yellow and green, and Honorable Kujo has just yellow.
Which means Adwoa Kwejiriba is in the race.
But Adwoa Kwejiriba has a slight edge. As far as this is concerned, I mean, not a done deal. They can still work and turn things around. Let's come to Greater Accra for the sake of time. And in the Greater Accra region, let me see, great. So which constituency do you want me to tell you
Let's
about?
do Adenta, since it looks like my director is an analyst today.
In Adenta, 4 aspirants, Emmanuel Kwesimante Yaubuabea Samoa, who is a sitting MP, Frida Ajeman Sapon, and Alfred Abebi Okomi. The national security thinks Yaubuabea Samoa is the leading candidate.
Samoa.
So he has the color green attached to his name.
If he wins, it will be the first time the seat has been retained.
Absolutely.
By anyone.
Absolutely.
I say if he wins the main election.
Yes, if he wins the main election. From Adenta, let's move to Dome Kwabenya. For obvious reasons.
Another very interesting constituency.
In Dome Kwabenya, Michael Aynn Kwe has the color yellow. Sarah Adwoa Safo also has the color yellow.
No green attached to any of them.
No green attached to any of them.
Still a very tight
race.
Wow.
So the next 8 days will determine who would eventually win. Still in Greater Accra, I think the other very interesting constituency is Okaikwe South.
Okaikwe South, my neighboring constituency.
Where we have the sitting MP being Ahmed Arthur. Being contested by Dakwa Newman. Dakwa Newman is the daughter of the Director of Research at the Presidency.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I drive by her billboard every time, her banner, every time I'm going home.
So Dakwa Newman is contesting in there. And we have Nana Fredia Ajemanoforiata. You remember him? Nana Fredia.
Yes.
Board chairman of the National Theatre. Also contesting in there. Interestingly, in Okaikwe South, according to the national security, the sitting MP has 2 colors attached to his name, yellow and green, and that's all.
No one else has.
No one else has
any color. Interesting.
You know, so yellow and green for the sitting MP.
What we will do on Monday is that on Monday we'll open the phone lines, call and find out your fate.
Yeah.
So tell your sitting MP or any candidate on Monday, tune in to Joy Prime. Prime Morning, call us and ask us which constituency. What are the gods saying? We'll look into the crystal ball. Philip Osebonso, thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Coming
All right, then you're still live on Prime Morning here on Joy Prime Television. Up next is the Entertainment Review.
Capsules. And you may use Madarma Bohobio, CB men's capsules by dear. What 2 points?
I don't know. You're very good. Say them a damn I'm strong and to intend to be again. Say we need you some Arabia house to credit you.
Say to say my yes, you dear CB women's capsules. A ye if it's a woman who fee and so. Hey!
CB women's capsules with the Ajo.
Also CB men's capsules, Ajo.
Susiana.
Ghana man member Damase.
Our pharmacy, chemical, ni herbal shops ni name. To phone fresh Susie Herbal Center 0247 111671 and 0246 578750. CB men and women capsules.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
We have 3 mandates, which is to teach, to conduct research, and also to offer community service.
We are affiliated to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and partnering with the University of Utah.
When I was looking for a place to study public health in Ghana, Ensign was my first choice. We have all the resources here to get the work done.
I find that when students come here, they put all their efforts into this, and by the end, they surprise themselves.
We have lectures starting Thursday in the afternoon, Friday, and then Saturday.
For a student to be admitted to the Ensign College, they need to have completed a bachelor's program.
If you come here to study, there should be no single reason why your study cannot be successful.
Deadline for the submission of admission forms has been extended to Tuesday, 30th June 2020. Apply now. Ensign College, leading the future of health.
welcome back. And if you just joined us, this is Prime Morning, and we're still having conversation. Now, I was so itching to hear what's going to happen at Cape Coast North constituency, where Honorable Barbara Asha AEC is the sitting MP. Maybe on Monday, when they get to talk more, I can get a lot more information. But however, just doing the watching, and good morning. I've got great news for you. Something exciting happening on Joy News Channel, and I've got Na Ajele Dodo joining me. She's got all the gist. Something lifestyle, something breathtaking, something culture, something shoes, lipsticks, like everything. All right, so now Ajele Doku. Yes. Okay, now you're beautiful. I like your skin. I love your shoes. I like my skin. I love your nails. I love your jewelry. I love your dress. It's almost
sponsored by Mommy.
Is it?
Mommy's little girl. I know you're Mommy's little girl too.
Thank you. I am. Yeah, that's true. Is this what we are going to be talking about?
A whole lot more intriguing fashion. We're looking at some of the best designers in Ghana. There's some of them doing amazing jobs out there. We're talking about art. I never thought it would be so interesting to go to an art gallery. I always thought it was going to be boring, but going there and experiencing it was different, understanding the paintings and stuff. We're talking to musicians that are multi-talented, who are doing more than just singing and painting, but are also customizing shoes. You like customized stuff?
I love everything customized.
Well, I got myself customized shoes. I love sneakers, so we went on a customizing adventure.
Wow.
Yes, all that is coming on the show. We spoke to a lot of people. We spoke to people that are doing not just baking cakes, but are using, you know, physics, chemistry, just to create wonderful stuff.
Absolutely. Wow. I'm curious. What's the name of this program?
Sweet Eating. She can make cakes hang, rotate, swing.
Oh, the woman
and
that
the
makes
beginning,
heaven on earth and calls it cake.
Yes, Debbie.
I see. So it's Outlook.
Yes,
that's the name of your program. Give me a proper synopsis.
So Outlook is about lifestyle, everyday lifestyle stuff, things that we are not looking at, things that are, how do I say it, simple. We're looking at intriguing art. Art is anything, music, paintings, clothing. We're looking at that. We're looking at our beautiful culture. So we're going to go in some of the festivals that we don't even have any idea about. Looking at the fashion there. We're looking at...
Let me tell you where to go.
Where?
Go to the Volta region and go to the... When we're celebrating Asogli State Festival, you'd love it. And Hobechuchu, you'd love it. Nothing
I know you're going to
like
hook me up with that, right?
Yeah.
So I went to the Volta region. I haven't been there before, 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it was an amazing time. The place is clean.
I'm telling you.
I loved it.
Daniel Kai used to tell me doing jail at Takari.
I love Takari too. So Volta region, the Volta Hohoi actually, Ho and Hohoi, and then I love Takari.
Our road though, but Hohoi.
No, but I didn't mind. It was a little annoying, but when I got there, I had the most amazing time. The food was on point. The hotel was amazing. The people were nice. And I love the surroundings. Takrady is one of my favorite places. So we'll be looking at all these things.
Oh, all these things were for Takrady?
All of them. No, for everything. Takrady, we're going places everywhere.
Oh, no, so what informed the decision to want to put out a program like this?
People always think when it comes to lifestyle, we have to follow the Western trend, but we have our own trend here. Our African prints come out really beautifully. You can do anything with it. Would you believe that morning was sewn for me?
Like mine as well.
Yes, so it was sewn for me. And it's beautiful. I feel comfortable. It suits me in anything. There's so many things that we're doing. We have amazing artists, young people that are coming up doing beautiful things with metal, with paper, with the sun. We're going to explore these things. Now, simple picnics that are being done, and it will surprise you. A simple picnic date that can be set up in your bedroom. You wouldn't even believe it. And all these
people...
You
can have picnic in your bedroom?
Oh, you have... I will set you up.
Show.
Yeah, I will set you up with that one.
Oh, wow. And when is it premiering?
So it's premiering on Sunday on Joy News at 4:30 p.m.
Tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah,
tomorrow,
Sunday.
What
4:30 p.m.
Well, tell me, I know you've said a lot, but what should I expect?
Breathtaking stuff, especially with the cake thing. Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, and then her cakes, trust me, you know cakes can be really sweet, but hers aren't so sweet, but they are just...
They're tasty.
Yeah, like, you know, they are soft, moist, but they are yummy and they're healthy.
Who is supposed to be watching this?
Anybody at all. Anybody at all from it's a family thing. You would enjoy it. Okay. You would really enjoy it.
Okay, and how do you select the places you go to? Well, what informs it? Do you need people to call and say like, hey, now?
Oh, you can reach out to me if you have something.
Okay.
You can reach out.
How can I reach out to you?
So you can reach out to me on any of my platforms on Facebook or On Facebook is Najili Doku. You can reach out to me. Also on Instagram at Ajili Doku. Twitter, so you can reach out to me.
Okay.
I'm looking at food too, food trucks, everything.
Please do. I'm a foodie, so please.
I think I'm taking you the next time I'm going.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Your final comments.
It's going to be a splendid show. You don't want to miss out on it. So join me on Sunday, 4:30 p.m. on Joy News, and you won't regret it. It's going to be an amazing ride.
I cannot wait. I'd watch, and even if you miss it, I'll give you a review so that you don't have to miss it the next Sunday. So it's just tomorrow. That's Sunday on Joy News channels. Outlook, you don't want to miss it, with Na Ajele Doku. Stay with us. Jay comes up with Entertainment Review.
We're looking for a name for ourselves when we decided to, become a collective, and we're looking for a name. And I think BS derived it from digits, yeah, Spacely's digits, the intro. And we decided to. It was cool, so we decided to, go with it.
Now this sweet, soft food is delectable, simply delicious. Some call it dainty, pastry or cake, and everybody loves a scrumptious piece of cake. We get into the kitchen, put on our aprons, and get a taste of heaven with Sweet in Tins. The kind of creativity and details that goes into making these.
Welcome back. It's Entertainment Now, and time for us to do our showbiz review right here on the show. Now, we've been talking a lot about Gamro and its role play in royalties, and how artists in recent times have also been, on the neck of Gamro for delivery in terms of its mandated service, which is, disbursement of royalties. I may be wrong in all that assertion, but that's why this morning we are joined by the CEO himself. We all call him Captain, but his name is Abraham Ajate. He joins us this morning, to discuss this very critical issue on music royalties right here in Ghana. Captain, good morning, sir.
Thank you. Great.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
I know this is a very, very, very sensitive conversation, especially when it comes to musicians, because, we see a lot of them coming hard on social media and attacking Gamro. We've heard stories of even some persons who've come there and have cursed Gamro in the courtyard, and we've seen all these videos and all these conversations. We want to go into it and understand how the system works, and if there are any challenges or any issues or miscommunication or misunderstanding as to the operations, and how musicians can also benefit from the services of Gamro. So let's start off with this very critical one. How does music royalty system work, if I can say, in Ghana?
I think that, thank you very much, and greetings, good morning to the audience. I think that basically the real challenge we have is some kind of misconception on what the whole issue of, we call it collective management is. And I've seen, and I'm not putting you on the table, I've heard I've heard quite a number of people, and we've been trying to use semantics to justify our understanding. The whole thing is not about musicians. That's the whole thing. It's not about musicians. The whole thing is about right owners.
So I'm even wrong with that mass.
No, you are not utterly wrong, because right owners can be musicians. Most right owners in the music field are musicians, but they are musicians. So let me draw you a simple analogy. In our business, we have the camera guys. We are photojournalists. I mean, we have ourselves. I mean, we presented, and we call all of us, we are all journalists. But not all of us write scripts. You understand? So when we're beginning to talk about ownership of the products, we are people who have been commissioned to work, and at the end of the day, we are paid. So it is in the music sphere. We have what we call IP, interested party, in any piece of music, who are the interested parties? You will have people who are instrumentalists, and thank God they are great people.
Yeah.
You have people who write the song. You have people who put money into the song. If you have a property, me and you will drive cars, so it's in our name. You cannot use my property without due permission from me.
Yeah.
So who then owns the music? That is the key issue, and that is where collective management comes to. You find people who have written music. When we were coming up in school, you remember F.Y. Jampo, my first copybook?
Yes, yeah.
You understand the point? It's been there for years. So the whole issue is not about just a musician, but has the musician gotten a property, a work? It is the work that multimedia will play. And Gamro, so Gamro whole role is not for just with due respect for musicians. It's only limited under the law for those who have property. So there are musicians who are actually musicians. They may be just performers, they may be just instrumentalists, they may be doing one or two things, but they may not have hold of the property. So Sarkodie, in his work with Efia, who is the owner of the work? That is the key. Bullet and Ebony. It was not until quite Ebony gained such a great artist, but Ebony was then a performer. I learned she started writing her own song. So you have Bullet writing and composing the song, and in that case, Bullet is the right owner. Ebony was then a performer. She has rights under the law. So Gamro deals with the business side, where somebody has a product. The product is the music that he or she is written, and that product is being produced by somebody who is putting the money. And multimedia plays the music. So if we come into multimedia to collect money for them, we are collecting money only on the basis that somebody wrote a song which has become a property, somebody invested into the song and it's become a product, and multimedia is using that. So basically, if we have that, now the whole issue is that you cannot use somebody's work without taking permission from the person. So the question is that, do you go around early in the morning? Jeff Foley goes round to Kojo Entries. I said, I want to play Minyan Tabang, and then after that, you go to Amachi Dede.
That will be almost an impossible task.
It will be an almost impossible task. So the whole idea about collective management is that all of them will assign their rights to an organization, Gamro. Look, go after, find professionals, accountants, those who know into copyright, so that wherever the music is used, you can go out there and then grant them permission and take money. And the money is what we call royalties.
That's a very clear description and understanding. So how does Gamro collect the monies on behalf of the artists? What is the system that work? Is it that organizations are signed onto Gamro, or I just want to understand the whole picture, if you can explain.
The whole picture is that you have your property, and your car is there. Can somebody say that because he's your brother or friend, he comes over and then takes your car, drives it around, and later come and dump it? The key is that you need, so under the law, there is an LI. Actually, go back to the Copyright Act. It is Act 690. And it says that right owners, authors can form that. So that's why Gamro. So Gamro is being licensed by the state. Attorney General have signed saying that you are a collective management organization. So now the law says under Section 36 of the LI, if you intend to use music or you cause music to be used, you shall go get a license from the society. So we are and you make up your mind that I'm going to do something and I will need to use music. The first course of action is to run to Gamro and say that I intend to use music, or and you cause the music to be used. The first thing is for you to run. But the problem we have in our country is that, and this is with due respect to everybody, I'm also part of it. We all think that music is just entertainment. Cause you didn't know talk, no musunda agboe. Then you show off, then you stretch your leg. Then you are enjoying Minyantaba. It's somebody's property. So our culture is that music, it is of late that you have the Kudu MPs, the great guys, Sarkodie, Shatawale, Stoneboy, Amachi Dede, and the rest. And they have made it out of music. That music is valued, or you don't get it. Years back, if I remember years back, somebody, my dad called me one day, you know, I call Chalala. That is it, because they think that if you are into music you are a rebel.
Yeah.
So our culture is inhibiting us. But in other parts of the world, the law is there. So the collection system requires that the onus of getting the license is on the user.
Okay.
But now it's playing the opposite. You have Gamro, right owners works are being used massively, and now you have to go run after the user. And then you have multiple users.
Yes.
Classify them.
So has it become a challenge in collecting monies from these users?
It has not become, it is a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Can you imagine, is it not a challenge for Ghana Revenue Authority to collect money? Are they not funded by
So
by
that
the
means
states?
that the challenge of collecting money makes it difficult to disburse the funds to the property owners.
The challenge is in terms of total operations. We have the Ghana Revenue Authority. They are a state institution.
Yeah.
They have been set up by the state. They have been given officers. They have been given vehicles. They have the law. Play it the opposite. In the case of Gamro, you have the law minus everything. So right owners, musicians, producers, they have to find their own money to find an office, get vehicles, create the system. And in creating the system, it is in the US, ASCA, PRS, in Samro, South Africa, they have built it for 300 years.
Does government support Gamro in any way?
Where? From where?
Okay, let's hold on with that. I've got Reggie Zippy and Trigmatic. These are both musicians as well on Zoom, a Zoom call to join us in this conversation as well. If I can go straight to them. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Jay Foley. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Yeah, all good. Thanks.
You two look very alive this morning. I'm wondering if you've had enough sleep. I know musicians love to work late nights. I still don't understand that culture, though. Okay, so now the conversation is all about you know, you're collecting your royalties. And I know from in recent times you've all been ranting heavily with your platforms, trying to create the awareness of a very you know, let's say a system that works. First, let me ask you, have you collected royalties before in your various zones? Maybe Reggie from Ghana in the UK, and then Trigmatic for you as in Ghana as well. Have you collected royalties before? Let me start off with you, Trig.
Yes, thank you, Jay, and good morning to all of your listeners. To answer your question, I have when it was Kosga with my first bomb, and I think I've collected from Gamro in the beginning. I needed to. I'm supposed to even the last time I met Jay Abraham, I told him that I still think some of my money is there. I have to come and collect it. You know, so yes.
Sorry, I'm finding it very hard to hear you. If I can, you can just speak up for me a bit, Trig.
Can you hear me now, Jay?
Yes, it's getting better.
Okay, so I was saying that I have received some royalties from Gamro, from Kosga in the beginning, especially with my first album, and then subsequently from Gamro, you know, trickling in here and there. But in recent times, I haven't, which I went to the office the last time we were there, and I was telling them that I think some of my money is still there. So I have received some funds from Gamro.
In talking about these funds you've received, did you have an understanding of how these monies are supposed to be paid to you in terms of the value? How much?
Not at all, Jay, and this is where we've cited, and I'm happy that Ejai Abraham himself is there, and he did say that this is a problem they themselves have seen, and the biggest problem here is data and information. the data is not there to tell, or even when the statements come in, these are not statements they can stand and defend to say that it was based on ABC number.
Okay, I think
why you have this. So they would have to fall on guessing, and that's where the problem is.
Okay, so hold on right there. Let me switch over to you, Reggie, as well. Reggie, you are a beneficiary of two systems that have worked, one in the UK and one in Ghana as well. Have you also taken royalty in Ghana before, Reggie?
Royalty in Ghana, none that I can remember. Since I started my music career in Ghana, for the number of years that I was in Ghana, I never, received any royalties. But in the UK, yes, I do receive royalties every 3 months or every month, based through PRS, PPL, MCPS for the mechanical royalties. So yeah, I do receive as a songwriter and as a performer.
Did you have to sign or register with the association before you were paid?
Yes, I myself and my brother Boli, we are registered with PRS for music, and that is how come our royalties are tracked. And everything is digitized system, so it goes through to our label, then it comes through to the accounts, and everything is well. And the good thing is that the money that is coming to us is not like the money is coming and we can't tell. It is backed by data. So whatever money we receive, I can look at the data backing it and tell if maybe there is any discrepancy. And I must say, all these years, there not even a single time have I seen a single discrepancy with how do you call it?
Yes. Are you registered with that of Ghana, like in terms of Ghana, GAMRO?
I am not registered with GAMRO, and the only reason why I'm not registered with GAMRO, which I think is a big flaw for GAMRO, and I think the leadership of GAMRO needs to look into that as a matter of agency. And the only reason why myself and Boli are not registered with GAMRO is because, according to GAMRO, if you want to become a member of GAMRO, you must come to their office and pick up a form and go and fill and submit to them, which I think is a very archaic way of registering members. I mean, just to let you know, in me becoming a member of PRS for music, I've never to date, all my years of being a member of PRS, I've never to date been to the office of PRS for music, you see. So it's purely online, digital. You go into a portal, you fill it up, and then, the job is done. After a few days or a week or so, you get a response, you're set up, and the job is done. So imagine, I'm a Ghanaian, and so sometimes, even myself and Boli, we are like, what is the point in even promoting music in Ghana? Because they don't have the right systems. Because even if I spend money on promotions, the radio, first of all, and I'm sure with the J. Brown, then maybe he might have to, delve into that for us. Have they even got rates for pay-per-play? When a radio station plays my music in the UK, let's say on BBC Radio 1, I know I'm going to be paid £22.28 per minute. So if I have a song that is like 4 minutes, that is almost £100 I'm earning for one song being played. Imagine if maybe I'm a very huge artist and my song is getting played, say, 1,000 times a week. That is a lot of money, you see. But with GAMRO and the systems in Ghana, Jay Foley, you've been in the media landscape for a long time. I don't know if they have rates for radio stations and for even TV stations.
Okay, let me quickly switch back to. I'm going to come to this conversation and get a reaction from Eja as well and what he's saying. Let me come to you, Trig, as well. So, Trig, in your experience with your collecting of your royalties, you were stating that it was hard because you didn't get a sort of a better breakdown of how the monies were collected. Is that the case?
Yes, exactly that. So. You receive payments via mobile money or any other medium, and then and then that's it. If you should inquire for statements, and even the statement breakdown is not there because the information. I mean, like Ejai Abraham said, they don't have the system to give you all that information that you require. So these are some of the things that as musicians we are demanding, that if I should come, because it also informs how you spend your money on your promotion. If I know, for instance, like what Reggie is saying, if I knew that, okay, radio station A plays my song this number of times, definitely I would want to affiliate myself more with radio station A, because then if I get my songs played on there, that can earn me some more. So it
okay, Trig, I'm losing you on reception there. You might want to reposition yourself so I get a clearer internet connection with you, please. Okay, let me just put Trig on hold there. And Reggie, please also be on hold for me. Let's get a reaction on this. Now,
I think that by and large, you cannot belabor anything that they are saying. What Trig is saying is the truth. What my younger, I think he said son, because now I'm becoming a grown-up papa. So the
Reggie Zippy.
Yeah, Zippy.
Yeah.
Zippy is right. And you see, we must be able to own things and put the truth out there. You understand the position? In this day and age, you cannot get anything done less than what is supposed to be done. When royalties are collected, the first point is that what is the source of collection? The second point is that what is the data? And if you have music, I've just given you Sarkodie and Efia, or I think that one of the younger ladies, and then he does a song, and in the middle of the song, he says, you understand it? It means that in that song, you have Sarkodie having a part, you have Sister Efia having a part, and you have the old Papa Jansen also having a part. One of the greatest things that should be done is that there must be a metadata, and metadata and investment into getting the data is a whole bundle of work. Zippy is saying that, yes, what Zippy is saying is the truth. I mean, we have radio stations, they are playing songs. Under our law, the onus of bringing the data of what you are using is on the radio station. It says under section 37 of the LI that if you get a license, you must then produce returns. But you see, we are shifting this whole burden onto the musicians and the right owners. The right owners have to come and beg you, take a license from us. The same right owners will have to put up the metadata. The same right owners, when you play the song, you see, we need to. You see, it is a cost. So unless we share both in their responsibility, whilst the right owners in terms of Gambro, we are investing part of their money, because the law in Ghana says that you are limited to only 30% of whatever collections you make in order to set up the administration. Can you use right owners' money? So it's a really jigsaw issue.
So the challenge here is that
the challenge
there's no funding coming in to even help collect data.
Yes, the whole funding to set up the system. One of my colleagues who happens to be a lawyer, and kudos to Jonathan, he says that we're running a system where we are running a broken car, and you need to fix the car in order to go and do throttle to come and feed your family. So Gambro gets a little money, shared 70% to the right owners. The 30% that is left, how much do you have to build a nice office, buy vehicles, train officers? And me and you will agree. Collective management, copyright is a real technical area. Recently, the Gambro has been able to put up offices in 10 regions. Do you know what we gave them? I'm going to be honest, because we gave them motorbikes under Kojuenchi. We gave them motorbikes. And the whole region, Western region, they have one motorbike. How do we collect? Recently, under Rex, we bought some 3 cars in Accra. What about the other regions? So I admit, I accept we are way short of technology. We are way short of investment. But the truth is that we can build. We are ready to build. We understand.
These artists carry a lot of influence. Regizipi, Trigmatic, Kwakesi, Sarkodie, and day in, day out, they paint a perception that I mean, now you're explaining that Gamro is the one that is not doing its work well or rightly. Who is supposed to champion this conversation? That look, at the end of the day, we have challenges, but whose responsibility will it be?
I won't let you get tired of. I think that it is time that Gamro will not sit back, because for me, they have employed me to work. We know what to do, but it is time we link up a bit more to them. I met Trigmatic. Trikra, they owe you.
Trigmatic, are you
there? They owe me. When we try, they owe them. But I met Trick and a few guys. Some of the younger guys have put themselves together as Alliance for Change.
Yes.
And that change is important. It's good because it is their destiny. They are not doing anything so to say wrong, but they are now seeing that their property, their wealth, their lifestyle, everything about what they are working for need to change. So it must be a partnership, a collaboration with the people. I don't own Gamro. Gamro is not for me. It is for them. Trick and the other. Trick was in the office.
Yeah.
And when Trick is now getting to know the challenges, they are now owning it up. So it is not only for Gamro. It must be an industry-led system so that we go and say that, look, guys, you are using our property. You need to pay us. We don't need to come and beg you. I cannot single out a particular radio station or TV network.
I was going to ask, I'm not even necessarily singling them out, but I want to ask,
them out.
Is it difficult to collect your revenue from them, aside from the fact that you might have logistic challenges? I want the reaction from the persons who are supposed to pay these monies, media houses, pubs, nightclubs.
You are pushing me to name people.
No, well, not to name people.
Let me start with multimedia. You go wrong. The running go come. You see, we're not, but we also do accept. I'm not saying that you should run away from it, because I'm not going to put anybody on the floor and batter him. No, we do accept. Our industry is not 100% up there. There are radio and TV networks that are honestly suffering. You know, the way you see it is not the way it is. So for us from Gamro, we have always come from the background of partnership. You using the property, you using the work. You have to bring us program returns. You have to bring us the data. And you have to pay us. Now, you go to multimedia, you go to Despite Group, you go to Oman and the rest. And sometimes, under the law, and in the norm of collective money, do you know how we should collect the money? You have to pay 6% of your total revenue to Gamro. 6% of your, look, here we are, you buy cameras, you employ guys, we pay them salaries, we presenters, we are paid. Music becomes an ingredient, a major part. So don't we also budget for music? But you realize that with the media and the broadcasting network, music is not budgeted for. So now when you go out there and then you need to pay your royalties, and we give them tariff, it's now an issue. You know, you have to struggle, sometimes months. Some of them have to go to court. There are issues we have to take multimedia, Despite, Oman, City, and everybody to court. And you are using the same money that you have to distribute to the one that you have struggled to collect. You see, so you see the challenge. So we need a win-win situation, a partnership, where apart from understanding the broadcasting organization, you know, the broadcasting organization will also sit with us and tell us that, yes, we know. Otherwise, we'll take you to court.
Have you tried championing this cause, and what has been the challenge with championing this
cause? I mean, that's what I'm championing now.
There's been many years.
The championing is what I'm championing now.
It's been many years of running the organization, and I'm sure the solution has been at the topmost priority on let's have a sit down on how we can also...
We've tried one or two things. The first time it was with Giba.
Okay.
Giba. The first time, and it is good to put out there, we're doing it with a good sense, so that we can have some results. The first time Gamro did it, Gamro said, okay, Giba, independent broadcasting organ, all of you, put them yourself together. We'll give you a specific rate, pay, and then we can do this. Do you know what happened?
What happened?
For the whole year, they couldn't pay. And when it came to the point that we have to distribute money, the small money we got, that was when that was when people said that, oh, the royalties are small. And Giba had to struggle. So in the end, you know what we did? We canceled and abrogated our agreement with Giba. And then we went individually onto the radio networks and the broadcasting organization. And then that also become, you ended up taking them in court. So I think that we have come to a point where we need to, our methodology, the strategy that we are using, we are shifting focus. We are benching with all the guys, Trigmatic and the others, so that they come to have understanding with us that it is a collective effort. We have to do a new thing with the radio networks, so that apart from understanding them, we need to now work with them and say that from day one, whatever money you have, put a portion of it.
I want to ask Trig and Reggie a question, but let me find out from you. When an artist is going to release a song, is there a process that he or she must go through with Gamro before the song comes out?
Yes. You must be part of Gamro. So when you are doing a release, your first point is to give data to Gamro.
Hold on right there.
Of the
so,
release.
Reggie and Trig, let me come over to you. Are you still here with me?
That's right.
Okay, great. So I don't know if you heard from Captain and what he just shared. Now, when you release your songs, do you get them registered with Gamro or with PRS before you release them?
Yes, I mean, Jay.
Let me start with Trig. Reggie, please hold on for me a second. Yes, Trig, can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so yes, I was asking if you get your songs registered before you release them. Okay, I'm having challenges with.
You don't just register them, but like.
Okay, Trig, I'm still having challenges with your internet connection. Okay, let me hold on with you, Trig, for a second. Please just work on this for me as quickly as possible. Reggie, let me also ask you, do you get them registered with PRS or any organization that helps you collect rights?
Okay,
royalties.
Great. Thanks very much, Joe Foley. So, yes, when we release music, every song we release is registered with PRS for music and PPL. Now, this is, and I'm listening to what AJ Abraham is saying, and I feel that, one of the things I'm happy about is the fact that he's admitted that Gamro definitely is struggling, and that is where we come in as the Alliance for Change to say, you know what, yes, we are young, but we actually have been in the system. We know how to do this because, take for instance myself, I'm not just an artist. I run a record label with my brother Boli in the UK. We've signed British artists and stuff, so we know this. Now, when the song is released, before it comes out, the metadata he spoke about, the song, that is the song's DNA. Sure. It is filled out, and then it is given to the distributor or the aggregator. So over here in the UK, we have like a huge distributor. So they then ingest and serve it to all the digital streaming platforms, for online, iTunes, everything. Now, once they ingest it, they then send this metadata to PRS for music. So in Ghana right now, most of the artists' releases, now they have to go through like foreign-based companies. But these foreign-based companies, because Ghana is not plugged into the system globally, their songs, so you take maybe someone like, say, Dada Hafko or, Sarko there or Edem.
I think, please don't be gender biased. And Baroni as well.
Have been ingested on these platforms, but Gamro cannot actually maximize because, and one of the things is that, and I need to find out, does Gamro collect just the performance royalties or the mechanical royalties? Because we need to know what is happening here. Okay. And also, my question to Gamro is, are they collecting royalties on behalf of their members only, or collecting royalties on behalf of all Ghanaian artists and even international artists? If the latter is the answer, then how do they account for the non-members? that they are collecting the royalties for.
Hold on right there. Let me just get a reaction on Trig with this. Great questions you've asked. We'll get an answer shortly. Trig, how about you now? In releasing these songs, your classic hits, do you go through any documentation or paperwork with Gamro before you put them out there?
I do go through documentation, but not with Gamro. Just like Reggie said, you fill in the metadata because I work with like a foreign publisher and distributor, so who is not a member to Gamro. So then, and let me touch a little bit on the metadata culture. It's so big an industry that with the slightest mistake in your metadata, you give off your money. You could give off your money totally to somebody else. So for instance, with the organization that I work with, they teach you how to fill your metadata. They inform you on how the metadata should be, so that you give the necessary royalty to the right owners. Other than that, it could be just a little slip, and it could still, even sometimes you never get your money because of misspelling a name or a title, or some artist just a mistake or taking a word out. So the metadata is like a big part, just like Reggie said. So yes, I do, but not necessarily with Gamro, because then you realize that, like I said, the data is not there, so it's unable to track and trace to know how well I'm doing or I'm not, because then that's very, very important. Some of us own our labels. So if you're an indie label, it means that your investment will come from your own self. And something must inform the kind of investment that you make as an artist or as a label owner. So then you want to rather put the money into somewhere that you know returns will come, and then also data backed with that returns will come your way. Other than that, you are just throwing the money into the air. Because like Reggie knows how it is like to sign an...
Okay, I'm losing. Yeah. Okay, Trig, I'm losing you on there. But gentlemen, I just have to put you on hold here. Thank you very much, because my time is almost up for our conversation. But I really appreciate it on you joining me here via Zoom, and wishing you all the best in your your projects upcoming as well. But let me just quickly come back to Captain, just to answer a few things that. So Reggie was asking if you're making collections for members only, or what happens to non-members alike.
You see, there's been a very trick. Gamro is the only licensed music collective management organization. So we try as much as possible to make sure that we are collecting for all music that is performed. That's it. And once it's all music that is performed, then it means that if Reggie's music is performed, Reggie is part of it.
Okay.
And then all that we need is his membership.
Okay.
I do also agree and accept that I think that we are working towards a newer system.
Okay.
More a newer system, because we are part of CISAC, and there are strict rules. And the newer system is that we're waiting for somebody to come to the office. No, that will stop very, very soon. It is not very soon. Come by the close of the month. I think that this system is now in place, because we've been struggling to get the investment to put the system in place slowly. But now with their help, and he made a statement. He said they are young guys. They know what to do. And I share in that, because this is a younger generation. They are quick in doing a lot of the things. We must not be hiding behind the curtain anymore with our problems. And I'm happy that with this alliance and the changes that we are sharing, and the availability and readiness to share with us, I think that we can partner and bring to
3.3 billion Ghana cedis in total was raised as revenue for Ghana last year, with Year of Return. And I'm very sure one of the highlights of our climax, or the climax of the Year of Return, was the Afro Nation event, which is a music-based event. Now, clearly there's potential in music revenue to the country, as well as to these artists. Why do you think government hasn't paid a close attention to supporting Gamro?
I try to shut that out, not to talk about these things. So I don't like, but because of you, I'll talk about it. No. What do they use? How do they value our music rightfulness? Is it only for elections?
Yes, because we've seen, clearly,
you understand the position. But if they value them beyond elections, then I think that they should do a bit more. Look at the figures. You know the fight between Gamro and then the tourism authority, when that thing came up, to the extent that we nearly had to stop the whole show.
Wow.
At the time that they were doing the management, the first consideration is that it was going to be a huge musical event. And who are the framers of the law? Now you are bringing me to the point of punch. Who are the framers of the law? Is it not the same politicians? Are they not the very people who went to parliament and had the Copyright Acts on their hearts? Can't they? So I think that we need to bolster ourselves together. It is time that the states take a much more interest in facilitating some of the issues. Can you imagine that sometimes the state uses music?
Yes.
The state uses Yanara, Assassini, Banana, na. And you go to collect royalty and they say that, oh,
but this is our property.
Oh, this music. Have you seen Ghana writing music before? So you see, we need, and then you have to push. And if you see the state in which Ephraim children they live in, and how Gambro will have to use its small money to go and struggle for the money, and you have politicians who said, na dia na ochre no, na enyum keke boy na mo ye dede, enyum eye keke. But for the meantime, they spend so much. So the questions we need to ask, and I'm saying it with the win-win approach, that it is time together we look at the industry as revenue generating industry. We look at not only the law, what are we doing to invest? Let me digress a little. We are presenters. Are we not putting into the programming now?
Yes.
You understand the position? Assuming me and you, we come and we are wearing Pioto. Won't people talk? People will talk. It means that our well-being should be very important to the networks. So should the well-being of the right owners be important, and the state must see itself not only to invest by putting, maybe they're doing some political songs and doing but the state must also be ready to invest. Right now, Corona, there's only one medicine for Corona. I'm telling you, they are ranting, and the pastors are having revelation as to dawa and things. I have the revelation of what to kill Corona.
Music.
When you were playing the music, if the music hadn't kept you, me and you would have been gone. But how much are we putting? We are now going to fight for stimulus package. And you know what we need a stimulus package for? To set up a digital data collecting system, to buy vehicles for Gambro, to set up nice offices so that our right owners can sit in the comforts of their homes, send us the data. We also collect. We need a monitoring system. Do you know how much a monitoring system costs?
Tell me.
A lot of people are talking. It's a monitoring system. Monitoring system costs over $300,000. How much is Gambro collecting even for the right owners? So we need the states. We need right owners. We need radio broadcasting network to understand and assist us that it is a win-win situation. They want to use the work. I am going to push for a 1 week without music in this country. Don't play music. You okay, talk. How are you? You're young Kasa. You see that you're coming to a point where, so we need that thing, and
we'll come to a lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, we'll come to a lockdown.
A music lockdown.
Yes, music. In fact, it should be music lockdown 20.
Gentlemen, on my Zoom, Trigmatic and to Reggie TP, thank you so much for joining me as well. We're looking forward to that music lockdown.
But tell Trig and Reggie that I'll be waiting for them. I will call them so that we can begin to set.
I hope you heard that.
Yeah, we definitely would come.
I go do the call, Yawa, right now. I go do the call right here. But Trig, your money due.
If you permit me, I just want to say, with regards to the radio monitoring system, the digital system, we actually have a company ready, as I speak to you now, that is already monitoring about 30 or so of Ghanaian radio, and now we can see this from here in my house in.
Oh, I'm losing connection. I think.
So. Yes, Gambro should make an effort
to work in this partnership. Reggie, so sorry, my time is up. I have to get going, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And to Captain, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that music lockdown.
Yes, I'm also grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. MFL comes up next, and guess what? Oheniyere Gifty Auntie is launching a brand new book. We have more on the show for you. Don't go away.
I like what I see. What are shape and curves?
Give me that.
Oh, it be water tank. Water tank. Water tank get me that self. Checking water level no wahala.
You mean it has water level indicator? But my tank is full, and there's water in here. I can see from the level indicator.
This no be proper 10,000.
Look, bring the bowls, bring the saucepans, bring the gallons and everything, and let's collect all the water. This tank, when they say 3,000, it's 3,000. And you can see the water level indicator. You wouldn't need this thing again.
Beautiful, durable, with water level indicator and accurate volume of water. Available in several sizes.
Water tank. Water tank.
By Duraplast.
Life sometimes presents us with unexpected situations. Like in the event of a fire outbreak. It takes less than 20 minutes to move from this to this. Timing is everything. Dialing 112 in the event of an emergency gives you direct access to the Ghana National Fire Service with a guarantee of the fastest response time. And now with the National Digital Property Addressing System, be rest assured that we can locate you directly at your point of call. So never hesitate to call in the event of a fire emergency. Dial 112. 112. Help will come. 112. We are safe. Avoid prank calling as it can lead to loss of life of persons in actual need of help.
This campaign is supported by Accra Metropolitan Assembly and the Creative Arts Council. Media partner is the Multimedia Group. Mask for all. Protect you, save all.
Welcome back to Prime Morning, and this is the official exclusive release of Oheniyere Gifty Auntie's 50 Nuggets at 50. This book, you know, if you have read a bit of me, it is truly a bit of her. This is the true reflection of Oheniyere Gifty Auntie. Now today, we are going to be talking to your favorite, my favorite, Oheniyere Gifty Auntie. She's going to be telling us everything that went into the book, why she's even releasing it today, what you should expect, how you can get the book. We have heard a lot about it. I am intrigued at the design, the picture in front. I've read the blurb, and just a little reminder, if you didn't know by now, then you're not a Ghanaian. Oheniyere Gifty Auntie is the CEO of GDM Media, a multiple award winning journalist, broadcast journalist, and a well-respected motivational speaker. She's won awards more than my age. Can you believe that? She's won awards more than my age, and so she has a whole room full of awards, and she's motivated a lot of women. Let me not even take all the words out of her mouth. Welcome.
Emma, you know why I love you, right? You always have a way of putting it. I mean, I've never been introduced like that. She's one or more than my age.
I cannot believe
I just love you.
Mommy, welcome once again.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
I desperately wanted to read this book, and when I got the book, I went straight to the blurb. I wanted to see how you'd be able to summarize everything. But she's unable to even summarize everything in the blurb because the book has so much and a true reflection of her. This is the book. Now today, we get to talk to her and tell us how long it took you to write this book and why you waited to release it after you celebrated your 50 years.
Thank you very much. It took me forever, you know, because this is me, my true experiences. This is not my autobiography. This is 50 of the many lessons I've learned in my 50 years existence on earth. Now, it's very risky putting your personal and true stories out there for people to know and understand, you know, where you are coming from. My ultimate aim and purpose and desire is that young people like you around me shouldn't repeat the mistakes that I have made. You should be able, there's a phrase that we stand on the shoulders of giants. Why should I stand and watch you go through? Of course, you need to make your own mistakes. You need to experience your own failures. But then, if you know where I passed, we are all in the same profession. What I did, and I messed up, you can avoid it and you become a better person, and it will be my pride. So it took forever. I mean, went back, Boabing Communication, Jeremiah Boabing actually did the formatting and the script and the editing, you know, for me. I wrote everything from cover, I decided on the title, wrote everything from cover to cover, you know.
What's the other title?
Yes, well, edited and everything, but Jeremiah Boabing put it, and I kept hustling him. Oh, Jeremiah, let's change this, let's add this. Every time he said, at a point, he said, Mommy, you know what?
We'll keep the rest for your autobiography.
No more, you keep the rest, you know. So it took like forever. I kept changing, and then I said, at a point, I said, look, listen, keep the original. That is what came out of me. So just keep it, let it go. And I believe that it will serve its purpose.
It's a 282-page book. Let's even talk about the title first. Why you chose the first one, which is a bit of me, and why you chose 50 nuggets at 50 for the title.
50 because it marked my 50th birthday. I've always, growing up, I always dreamt about having a big party, you know, having a splash on my 50th birthday. I always adored, I don't know why, but I guess it's because the golden age, I saw people grow up and they have big birthday party, 50th birthday. So I always had this dream. And my 50th birthday, I was celebrated. I just wanted to have a worship program. Then my many daughters and sons put up a beautiful, you know, party for me. But then I asked myself, and then what? Eat, drink, people come, worship, and then what? What can people remember? What can you leave for people? They can go to YouTube, go where and watch the party, and then what? With generations, what if a time comes and then something happens, it's not there? I need to put something down for people to remember, to help people, to encourage people that 50 is not the end of the road.
50 is not the end of the road. Reading this book, the first time I heard Oheniri use words like Charlie, food orgasm,
yes,
love affair. LOL. When you all thought that lots of love is LOL, she laughed so much in this book because every time she was laughing out loud in this book. Now I'm intrigued at the I'll say the subsections or how she titled each chapter, and I'll take my time to probably say my favorite parts of it. But do you have a favorite part in this book?
I guess, I mean, they are all my favorite, but one of them that really means a lot to me is a bit about my mother.
Okay. I thought your father.
Yes, my father was my everything.
Yeah.
And there's no way I could end this, you know. And even when you read about my mother, she didn't know. At a point I deviated, I was going to talk about my mother, and I said, wait a minute, my father. I said, wait a minute, this is about my mother.
Yes.
You know, because I got to understand and appreciate my mother more with the benefit of hindsight. Unfortunately, after she had gone, she died. You know, because when you read, I talk about the fact that growing up, I had a lot of confusion, and I was, you know, I had a lot of pain in my heart towards my mother. But then, as I grew up, I became empowered. I understood her. And that is why I do what I do.
Would I be right to say that I sensed a lot of brokenness and pain in this book?
A lot of it.
Okay, so it's not just my opinion. Let's
No,
talk about that.
yeah.
Because the contents of the book highlighted a lot more brokenness, fear, pain. However, the picture in front of it is so beautiful and carries a lot of happiness. Tell me why you choose this picture.
That's the beauty of aging. That's the beauty of coming into your own, because I have the benefit of hindsight. I have the wisdom now. I mean, the last sentence in the nuggets, the 50th nugget, I said, at 50, I'm a queen. Queen, not a queen mother, but a queen. A queen because the queen is wise. The queen owns her mistakes, her failures. The queen looks ahead to brighter future, to walk on a path that will brighten the path for those who come behind her. That full kente, when I wear my kente or my dancing crown, mine is so long. Yeah, it's so long, it's just like the main one. It's not like showing off. For me, that is something that, I don't know whether it was a revelation or made. For me, it's like clearing the way for those coming behind me to have a smoother path, symbolically. So when it's, you know, sweeping the road in tree, you can say a tree fem a prapra kwemu, a bear no, how do you say it? How do you say never?
Oh, Ella Nigbak Blom.
Thank you. So that it will clear the thorns with me. Those who are coming, even if they are barefooted, they will not step on thorns. They will not step on it. Yeah. I remember my niece, I told her, Mommy, she's Genevieve, Mommy Afaribia, said, Mommy, I've made enough mistakes in my life to save you and I. So please try and don't repeat my mistakes.
That is so loud and clear to me. Let's talk about the content just slightly. So she's got the first nugget is in the beginning. The second one, which I love, is yes, I failed. Because then you see, Ohene, you're well decorated on TV. Until I read this book, I never actually thought you had a broken heart though before. She never looks like somebody's got a broken heart. She never looks like somebody who's failed in school before, because she speaks really well on TV. So that's my favorite. Yes, I failed. And then small beginnings. Now for your good, not yours, not your good. Now she didn't know, am I a leader? Big question she answered there. Now the part 2 is a walk through her career, which I also found one part of it very intriguing. The first part of it is first prove yourself, earn your place, earn conscience. Now the professional frenemies. Whatever you do, when you buy this book and you're unable to read all of it, kindly go to page 69. Nugget 10, the professional frenemies. Now, painful sacrifices. Now, so that money, were you able to take it? That 1 million?
Oh.
Wait,
now,
adding value to yourself, they had to leave. They won't let me give up. The angels, everyone needs a leader. Now the advocacy part, the activism and the philanthropy, which is one of the most painful and difficult parts, which she highlighted also in the book. One always comes back. My political love affair, if you followed Giftianti for so many years, surely you heard a lot of rumors. You heard a lot of things that she least expected. Now she clarified everything here. Evil has no gender, that I totally agree. My health, my sanity, which she's still always working out. The inspirational woman, when life happened, am I good enough? Question everybody would get to ask, no matter at what point in their life. You don't matter much. The ending, its moments, great times would always come. Just do it. Your day of honor will come. That I totally agree. Money and happiness, passion without wisdom, and the I, me factor. My affair with tattoos. Yeah. She desperately wanted to have a tattoo. Oh, I don't want to tell them everything in this book. So that
Don't tell them.
I will tell them so that you can get the book. But her love affair with tattoo, my faith, my feminism and religion, which is a very, very important one, because then I don't know if a lot of young women like myself have got the memo quite wrong, but you have no idea how she explained feminism in this book. And whatever you do as a young woman who's looking up to Kiptianti, you want to get this book. There's so much in there. Another part that also threw you is which mother-in-law syndrome, which you also want to get this book and read.
My evil sister-in-law is watching.
Are you? She said so much about you in this book. You should get this book and read it. You have no idea. And becoming Mrs., becoming Ohene Yuri, journey to motherhood, and letter to my daughter. The journey. I asked you earlier, which part of this is your favorite?
Maybe. I mean, she didn't know. Letter to my daughter. That's a very emotional letter I wrote for my daughter. And every single nugget means a lot to me. Every single nugget. I just love the book. And you asked about the cover.
Yeah.
You know me. I just love my African. You can tell. Mm-hmm. Everywhere I go, I love to portray my Ghanaianness. And my first book, a bit of me, had this, long hair, European kind of thing. And this one I decided to showcase to the world the richness of the Ghanaian woman, our tradition, our beauty, our wisdom. That is why I used that picture. And that picture was actually shot by one of my sons, Kobe Black. And my daughter, Yehoah Dumbedin, decided, he said, I was going to use a different picture. And she said, Mommy, use the African picture.
But later on, we are going to have a conversation from the Queen Mother of Akwamu traditional area, Nana Afrakuma II. And later, we'll also talk to Anisa Far. He's an education, as a columnist, author as well. And Reverend Albert Okran, pastor and executive coach, Dr. Marjorie B. Apia. She's also an author and a consultant. And we're getting all these people to give us their opinion, their perspective, what they feel about the book and their favorite parts. And also, we're going to be talking to Dr. Marjorie first. If you're online, hello? Hello?
Yes, hi, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for asking, and thank you for joining us this morning on the official and exclusive release of the book that you and I are so excited about today, Ohene Yuri Gifty Aunties, 50 Nuggets at 50. I'm sure that you have read the book. You have actually announced it on your blog already, and I've read about it already, and even telling people how they can get the book. But how do you feel about the book?
Well, it's an important book for young women and even experienced women. I believe that men would also benefit from the book. I had the honor of having to go through the book before it went to the worldwide publishing stage. And the nuggets in there are parts of the book that would tug at your heart. There are some things that I read in there that actually made me cry. Just the reality, fertility issues, there's something in there for everybody.
I agree. I'm not even going to let you talk so much. You've said it all. There's something in there for everybody. I've picked my bit. I mean, how are you even able to address the lawyers that my learned colleague Renee said? I'm sorry, I want to shut up, but I cannot. Now let's go to Nana Bia. Let's go to Nana Afrakuma II, Queen Mother of Akwamu traditional area. Hello, Nana Bia. Hello, Nana.
You need to speak to
We're trying to get Nana. Hopefully, we get her on to talk to. Hello, Nana. Me pacho kasa. Hello, Nana. Me pacho te minka.
Yeah, it's so dark.
Oh, I hope that I'm able to connect to Nana. Nana, be me pacho te minka. Oh, sadly. we wanted to talk to Nana Fakuma. She would have given us a nice perspective, her view of the human being, the personality, the brand Ohene Yiri Gifty Auntie. When we have time. Hello. Okay, so we'll move away from Nanabia and go to Reverend Albert Okran. He's a pastor and executive coach, somebody I love to talk to because he's a writer himself. He's a pastor and an executive coach. Hello, Reverend.
Hi, thank you for having me, and good morning to all our viewers all across the world. It's a beautiful day, and we thank God for the life of
thank you as well for joining us.
The auntie.
Thank you as well for joining us. Now, Reverend, I'd go straight to the point. You have read the book. You know Ohene Yiri as well. What's your take and what's your view about the book?
Yes. Well, let me start by...
Oh, no.
Can I go ahead?
Okay.
I think we have enough on. Would you like to have enough first?
I'm so sorry about the network. Oh no. Wow. Hello. Okay, so whilst they try to connect Reverend back, maybe I'll be talking to Ohene Yiri, who was earlier on telling us about the picture she decided to put on the cover.
Right.
But I want to even quickly, before I even run out of time, today I want you to officially release the book.
Well, first of all, let me comment on Reverend Albert Okran. I sent the book to him to review because, as you said, he's been my mentor.
Did you mention his name because he's back?
Okay.
Hello, Reverend. Hi, Reverend. Yes, thank you for staying with us. Yes, please go on.
Right. So I want to pay tribute to Ohene because beyond the book, the person is what she writes. And when she showed me the book, the first thing I said is, this is authentic Gifty Auntie, the person I've known over the years. And I don't know if you remember this, but I recall on one of our trips across the country, inspiring people, challenging people. Our way to
Oh no. No way. Whatever it takes, we'll still release the book today. Yes. Maybe you can kindly go, and I want you to officially.
Right. So I took it to him to read through and give me his comment because he's been my mentor. He's been on my, I'm sure he was going to talk about that. He's been on my case. You need to write. You need to always improve upon his program, Springboard. I never miss all these years, and I've been on road trips with him. So I sent it to him. His first comment was, Gifty, this is authentic you. And he said, listen, I'm going to own this book, so I'm going to help you. So he decided that we have to change the cover, the color of the, so he advised me to go for the white. So I went for the white. He went through it, did a bit of, especially the back cover, edited it a bit for me, and just said, listen, go with this. And I trust that this will do well. You know, so he's been very much involved with us, and he's been very excited about every step of. I don't let him sleep and all that. But I wish we'll get to talk to Anis Hafa too.
Yes.
I mean, the comment he sent me to was something else. But on this occasion,
yes,
with the red being my favorite color and also symbolizing the fact that a blood was shed on the Calvary cross to save me, to rescue me, to give me an opportunity to have a turnaround of my life. And the white, not so pure white, depicting coming into maturity, because this is my third book in less than 1 year. 3 represent Trinity. And if you look at the picture, my eyes are opening, but it's still opening, so I'm not yet white. It's a turnover. And in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, my Redeemer, the one that I have super crazy faith in God, I declare this book released.
On that note of the book being released, we take a quick break. When we come back, I'll give you all other information, how you can get the book, and even introduce our first buyers to you. Stay with us. More with Ohene Yiri.
are emergency doctors. You never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of Noguchi, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus.
Today I'm going to show you how to make egusi soup Nigerian party style. Egusi soup is a staple dish in Nigeria that's enjoyed by every tribe. Now, I know that I already have an egusi soup recipe on this channel, but I'm going to show you another way to create your egusi soup that literally will take it up to a whole new level. After making your egusi soup this way, you guys, you never would want to make egusi soup any other way. How many times have I made sure the egusi soup in one sentence? That's how good it is, guys.
So I'm going to start by adding some warm water into my egusi and mix this thoroughly to combine till it's formed into a paste. Then we'll move over to the stove top where I already have my pot heating up on medium heat. Next, I throw in my palm oil and allow to heat up slightly, and then proceed to add in my chopped onions. I saute for about 30 seconds and then add the tomato pepper blend mix. Now this blend mix is made up of tomatoes, chili red bell peppers, also known as tatashe, some scotch bonnet peppers, also known as atarodo, some onions, and definitely some garlic. Yes, I said it's garlic.
So this is the flavor building stage of this egusi soup recipe. So you want to ensure that your tomato pepper blend mix is perfectly and completely fried, and we're just going to leave it to fry for about 8 to 10 minutes. You have to be very patient for this part. Like I said, this is what's gonna make or break your egusi soup, okay? So let's just leave that to fry. I'm gonna cover it up, and I'll also stir occasionally. You know it's perfectly fried when there is no liquid content in the puree and everything is dried, and you can literally see the oil, the palm oil floating right on top of it, okay?
So afterwards, I'll throw in my egusi paste and give it a very good stir to combine. You want to ensure that this egusi is well mixed with the tomato puree. Now at this point, you want to keep stir frying for another 8 minutes until the paste is completely dry and very crumbly. This part is also extremely important, so please ensure it is done correctly, okay? Next up, I'm going to add my meat stock, give it another stir, and then proceed to add in my cooked tripe, also known as shaki, my cow skin, also known as pomo, and then some cooked goat meat as well. My seasoning cubes goes in next, and then my ogbeyi, which is just a local seasoning that you can get at the local market. Now this is totally optional, but I definitely would advise that you add it to your soup. It literally takes it to a whole new level. Afterwards, I'll throw in my crayfish, some ground pepper, and then some salt. I'll give this a very good stir and throw in my washed smoked fish. I'll go ahead and stir that again. Then I'll cover my pot and allow this soup to cook for a further 5 to 8 minutes. At this point, you should already feel like digging into this egusi soup. But we have one final step to go, and then we can dig in. I'll go ahead now and throw in my shredded vegetables. Oh, you guys, these vegetables, it's giving me so much life. One good stir is all that's needed to mix this all up, and we're as good as done. Look at this egusi, guys. Wonder, wonder, wonder.
You guys, the content of this pot is giving me so much life. Look at how gorgeous this egusi soup looks. We're done now. It's time for the taste test. So I'm just gonna grab a cutlery and give this a quick taste. I already have my eba here and ready to go. Let me just give you guys a sneak peek of what to expect when you make it. I already know what it tastes like, but for the sake of those watching,
Monday to Friday at 2:30 p.m.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
Say this rhyme with me.
all working.
Welcome back, and this is the executive and the official exclusive release of Alginiri Giftiante's 50 Nuggets at 50. And before the break, she officially released it. Now, we've got a hamper here.
Right.
I'm going to give you a fair deal. Now, the hamper, there's so much happening in there. There's cloth, there's the book, all of her 3 books in there. There's a whole village happening in that box over there. Now, if you give me 1,000 and above, I would dash you that hamper for free. Yeah, and then the next one as well, anything 300 Ghana cedis and above, I would give you a present as well. And so, Auntie Gifty, it's easy, but if you want to contact us, you can call us on 054-3618-182, 054-3618-182, or 020-3535-500, 020-3535-500. Now, we've got a surprise for Auntie Gifty. Our friends from Winston Africa Tomato Factory are here to make the very first purchase, and I'd like to welcome them quickly onto my set. I'm joined by the 2 Kwames, Kwame Boahene and Nana Kwame Fosu. Kwame Boahene is the Managing Director for Winston Africa Tomato Processing Company, and Nana Kwame Fosu is also a board member. And so, do you want to make the first purchase? I am itching, please.
Yes, we really do want to make the very first purchase on behalf of our Executive Chairman.
Okay.
And on behalf of the Winston Africa Tomato Factory. We are glad to be associated with the Gifty Auntie brand. There's so much that she has lived up to for all this while, and then we are so proud to be part of her brand. And on that note, we wish to make the first 2 purchases at 25,000 cedis.
Should I collapse?
Not yet, please, not yet. So, Winston Africa Tomato Processing Company just purchased the first 2 copies of Ohiniri Gifty Auntie's 50 nuggets at 50 for 25,000 Ghana cedis. And thank you so much. Call us on 0543618182020353550. Our office right here at Kokomlemle, GDA Media, and there's more booths for everybody. Auntie, quickly, my time is living up.
Thank you so much for, I mean, this, it just gladdens my heart. It will pay for the cost of the production.
Thank you so much. How does the copy actually?
You're going to sell a copy for Reverend Alberto Kran says I should sell it for 60 cedis a copy.
Okay.
You know, because of COVID.
Oh, great.
Because of COVID, you know. And every copy, but the thing with my books is that I always give a percentage to my charities. When you read it, you know, I have 3 charities. I always, you know, invest in the charities to help others. So I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, our friend at Winston Africa Tomato. I'll be coming for more. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Daniel and Jay, you can join us.
All right.
Oh, Nana Fakuma is back on air. You want to sing a song, but let me talk to Nana Fakuma the second first. Hello, Nana. So what's a minka? Hello, Nana Biamati. Nana mpacho kasana Nana ohini yiri wa hase na yenyi na yepese yeti o asema work I can find home.
Yo. Let that was say I don't pay. Which ya munyina.
Ya je so.
Which ya hinire. Na me bona basa so wo. Me awagina man na mu aye ama hu se man so ye woni pa bi wo ye mu. Ye da na se papa. Se wa tro ye ahuma efa e man sam ho ye. O kira se oyo oba esima prekope awaware ohim bonso enti yada na se wasade na waya kwanya na wapa manja mamba no yada na se papa na menhira no nenne medi a odi no enkoso na menka no ho no mo na bibia da no kuma so no onye magana mane enma nyina yada na se
Nana bia yada se onyankopon hira wo soso na mrepa mu no ye beba na yesan ne wo abonkomo biom ya menhira onyankopon na wontina se. Yeah, thank you very much. This is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, no, right?
Wow.
Direction.
Wow, thank you so much. You did this.
You put a folio on the perfect moment.
I know, right? Oh, this is beautiful.
Look at this.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're on social media, right?
Yes, please.
How do we get to you?
My Instagram account is DC_art_creation.
DC_art_creation.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is my third outtake I've done for mommy.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A gentle reminder that today is World Albinism Creation Day, and at 2 p.m. we're talking everything albinism, what you need to know. So do join us at the Accra Rehabilitation Center.
Happy Father's Day to me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
To you and Daniel. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
Get the book, and it is a good read. Ahine Yuri, 50 Nuggets at 50, officially released.